Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Isle, Minnesota, and the home of the Mille Raiders baseball team. As today on your liveevent.com, we're bringing you a great River Conference meetup, and it's a rivalry renewed. It is the Aitkin Gobblers and the It is the Aitkin Gobblers and the Mille Raiders. I am Devin Kruger coming to you live from Isle, and what should be a really, really good game here today between great River Conference foes, old and now new, and that will make a little sense as we get into our pregame show. Getting things started just a tad early because we have two really good coach interviews for today as we get ready for the Raiders and the Gobblers here in Isle. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to all of our sponsors of Gobblers and Raiders Sports, helping us bring you today's coverage on your liveevent.com. When we come back, we're going to get things rolling. We're going to break down these two teams as they enter play today. We do have both head coaches on hand. We'll chat with them, get you the starting lineups, and our first pitch scheduled for 4:30. Cloudy, cool, a little bit breezy. I'm very, very fortunate. There is a press box here in Isle, and not only that, the wind is to our back. Right now it's blowing straight out right field, and so the fans and some of the players will be bundled up today, but it's dry. The field is in really good condition, it looks like, and we're excited for what should be a really good baseball game here today. We'll tell you more about it when we break it down as we come back. It is Aitkin and Mille High School baseball today here on your liveevent.com.
You to know that there are now safe, effective ways to slow myopia in children. Schedule an eye exam at the eye care centers of Aitkin and McGregor, or visit their website at eyecareaitkinmcgregor.com to learn more.
Since 1902, 5 generations of Haskamp Brothers well drilling have brought quality water to Aitkin and beyond. Whether you need well repairs or a new system for your home, cabin, or business, trust the local experts, licensed and experienced. Proud sponsors of Aitkin Gobbler sports and high school activities. Call Dennis, Teresa, or Chad at 218-927-3571 and let Haskamp Brothers get your water flowing.
Welcome back to our pregame show. Devin Kruger here with you in Isle for Mille and Aitkin. Let's take you through our comparison today between these two baseball teams from the Great River Conference. The Aitkin Gobblers, the visiting team today, we'll start with them. They are 5-3 overall, 5-1 in Great River Conference play, coming off a nice win Tuesday, 6-0 over Ogilvie, handing the Lions their first conference loss of the season. The Gobblers sitting right now in 4th place in the GRC. Aitkin comes in scoring 6.9 runs per game. They're allowing 3.4. For the Mille Raiders, they are 8-4 overall on the season, 5-1 in conference play, so tied with Aitkin in conference record, but Mille is in 3rd place because they have the better overall record right now, 8-4. This is the only meeting this year between these two teams. Mille is coming off a really exciting win, a walk-off win Tuesday, 4-3 over Bram. The Raiders scoring 8.7 runs per contest. They're allowing 5.5. Last year, these two teams did not play. In fact, we'll dig that a little deeper into that in a moment. But last year, Mille had a really nice, successful season, had a pretty solid run through the 5A tournament. They were 16-9. Aitkin finished 8-12. Kind of interesting that, due to weather, field conditions, and all of those factors, that for Mille, this is game number 13 on the season. For Aitkin, it's just game number 9 as the Raiders firmly into the second half of the season, so to speak, while Aitkin just kind of hitting that halfway point of the 2025 spring season. These two teams have not played until Aitkin was previously in the Great River Conference. So it's an old rivalry, and now it's a new rivalry. You have to go back to 2017, the last time the Raiders and Gobblers faced each other in high school baseball. And in that year, of course, Mille was still separate. Aitkin played both Isle and Onamia twice that year. Aitkin swept both teams. So this is the first ever meeting between Aitkin and Mille Lacs as Great River Conference foes. We'll take a break. That's how the teams break down coming into today's contest. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coaches. First, our chat with Jeremy Jansen, head coach of the Aitkin Gobblers in his 15th year. Then we'll chat with Tyler Soderstrom in his 9th year as head coach of Isle/Mille Lacs. Much more to come as we get ready for high school baseball today. It's Great River Conference Baseball on yourliveevent.com.
Cooperative, it's their mission to responsibly provide reliable, competitively priced energy, services, and products to meet the needs of their members and customers. To hear what's new, visit mlecmn.com. Read their latest newsletter to keep up with current news at the co-op. Smart Hub, access your account information 24/7. Find out other ways your Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative is serving its members. mlecmn.com.
Hi, I'm Roman, and my dad is a lineman at Crowing Power, the electrical company. He gets to drive a big white bucket truck and can climb power poles. That is pretty cool. Storms don't scare me. When the electricity goes off, my dad will fix it. He doesn't wear a cape, he wears a hard hat, and he is my hero. Happy National Lineman Day to my dad and all the others.
Crowing Power is your touchstone energy cooperative, giving you the power to power on.
Back with you on the pregame for baseball today on yourliveevent.com. As now joining us is Jeremy Jansen, head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers. Coach, I got to admit, I've been excited about this one all week. Two teams that are having a really nice season, and it's always fun. I usually get to see you and the Gobblers, one time in the regular season, it seems like. So we're down here in Isle on a nice day. First of all, thanks for some time, as always. Great to chat with you, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate you having me. It's always fun to get on the air and give a little feedback to the fans out there. So.
You're coming in at 5-3, and last year you finished a few games under 500. But I see there's a lot of names that got varsity time.
Mm-hmm.
Just you're hitting game number 9. How do you feel the season has gone up to this point?
Yeah, in 5-3, I truly feel we're probably a 7-1 team. And we played Duluth Marshall, who was number 1 ranked team. We was 1-0 and through 6, going into the 6th. Should have been going into the 6th, and we were down 3-0 and stranded some runners out there. So we played good baseball against a very good team. And then the couple of the games that we lost, we didn't feel very well, and our bats fell asleep, and that's what happens. That's a recipe for success or not success. And so very easily it could be 7-1, but I like where we're at right now. I would rather have those losses and be able to build from that versus something that's fairy tale that we're not. And so we need to work, get back to work, and today is an opportunity for us to evaluate how our practice week has gone. So.
Well, you're coming off a 6-0 win over Ogilvie on Tuesday. What did you feel went so well with getting a nice shutout win in conference play?
Yeah, we pitched well. And we played defense. Jake McGuire threw a 2-hitter, and we got some swings when we needed to. We could have broken it up. We had an inning where we bases loaded, nobody out, didn't score a run there, and so it could have been pretty easily 8-9 nothing type score, and we just didn't get that hit when we needed to. We did get some hits early when we needed to, and so we did have some good swings in situations. So, but we pitched and played defense there, and always again back to the recipe for a win.
That's good for baseball.
Yeah.
For today, you're going with Dotzler on the mound.
Yep.
What does he bring to the Gobblers, and what do you need to see from him today against another really solid club?
Yeah, he's got a lot of poise. He's just a sophomore, but he fills his zone up. He doesn't walk a lot of guys, and he's going to put pressure on the hitter, and so he commands his zone, and we like that about him. And he's the guy that threw against us, so we 1-0 through. In going into the 6th against Marshall, and so as a sophomore there, he's pitches like he's been on the staff for 3-4 years, and he pitched some last year as a freshman, so it's his 2nd year of varsity experience, and so we hope he can fill it up again like he has. So.
When you look at it from the grand scheme, of course, Mille Lacs is a Class A team, but they had a really solid year. For this year, and maybe looking at certain ways the Gobblers having a bounce back year, how big do you see a win at this point of the season?
Yeah, a win's a win. I mean, they're a quality team, and Tyler puts a good product out there every year, and they've got some guys that can go on the mound, and we know that, and we hope we get that challenge today, and it'll be a good baseball game. They've been in about every game they've played, and so we expect nothing less than that.
Part of the reason I'm really excited to be here for this one, Coach. Should be a lot of fun. Thanks for the time. Good luck to you and the Gobblers, Jeremy.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Jeremy Jansen, head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers, join us as we break more pregame for baseball right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit Security State Insurance on the second floor of the Security State Bank building in Aitkin.
Online shopping at Paulbeck's County Market is easy. Create an account at shop.paulbecks.com, set up a pickup date and time, and add items to your digital cart. Fresh cut meats, fresh produce, fresh bakery and deli, organic products, personal care items, vitamins, over-the-counter medicines, and more. Choose a 15-minute time slot for pickup, park in our specially signed parking stalls, and we'll deliver the groceries to your vehicle. To begin, go to shop.paulbecks.com.
Welcome back to our pregame show here on yourliveevent.com. As now joining us is Tyler Soderstrom, head coach for the Mille Lacs Raiders. Really excited for this one today, Coach. I got a rivalry renewed in town with Aitkin on a cloudy but nice day for some ball. Thanks for joining us, as always, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Just happy that the field dried up in time so we could get this one in.
8-4 coming in, so you're in the second half of the season, and it's my first chance to see you and the guys out on the field. Up to this point, Tyler, how do you feel this season has gone?
It's been going well. I mean, obviously 8-4, we're happy if we're winning twice as many games as we're losing. At the same time, we've had at least 2 other close losses that, we were in that we, just didn't pull off at the end, or, when where Ogilvy walked us off at the end. So, I mean, we're also, we're just a couple hits here or there away from being 10-2 as well. So, it's been a good start to the season, though. The guys are having a good time.
Yeah, speaking of walk-offs, you walked off Bram in your last game on Tuesday. What was that like? What was a win like that like for your club?
Oh, that was fun. I mean, Bram's been a rivalry of ours for a long time. So we went to the bottom of the 7th, down by 1, and Josiah Miller done a good job of keeping us in the game at that point. And yeah, Justice Spangler wasted no time. He just crushed the first pitch to the right field fence and legged out for a triple. His brother knocked him in the next at bat, and then Harrington, sac fly brought him in. So yeah, the guys were pumped about that one. That was a fun win.
Now, with Aitkin, this is your only crack at them here in the regular season. Because it has been so long since you've seen this team, how did you try to best prepare your guys on what you expect out of the Gobblers?
Yeah, obviously we don't have a lot of knowledge about their varsity players. I mean, these guys have played each other at like the junior high and JV levels, but obviously that's different, and they're not seeing everybody there. So yeah, quite honestly, I mean, the only thing we know about Aitkin is they have a tradition of baseball excellence. They're always good at baseball, year in, year out. They're well coached. They're going to play good baseball. They're going to limit the mistakes. So I told the guys on top of Aitkin, we followed up with 4 2A opponents next week. So we said, I told the guys it's going to be a run of good teams that we're seeing, which is good for us at this time of the year. We want to be challenged at this point of the year, because it'll make us play better baseball too.
Speaking of just challenges, when you talk about 8-4, but you've had those close losses. I know with a team like yours, Tyler, that you brought back so much experience from a good, successful season. It helps keep the drive alive. What are you continuing to work on? Where are some areas that you're still looking to improve as you get towards the back half of the season?
Seems like every practice is something different. We kind of base it off of how things looked in the last game, but we don't, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it. We've been playing good defense lately. That's been a point of emphasis in practice for the last couple of weeks here, just trying to really limit the mistakes in the infield, and the guys have done a good job with that. And then just one of the focuses at practice this week was just the little things, so getting the bunts down, doing the squeeze plays, holding the runners, just limiting those extra bases for opponents and trying to maximize them for ourselves. So games like this that, could be close games against good opponents, those things make a big difference.
Of course, I can't let you get out without asking about Sam. He's getting the ball today, and I remember seeing him pitch a couple of times in the tournament last year. I know recently I think he had a record number of strikeouts. How has he looked this year? What do you need him to bring to today's game?
Yeah, I mean, Sam, he's on a different level. He's an excellent ball player and just an excellent person, too. He's kind of a coach's dream where, good ball player, hard worker, good teammate, and everything. You kind of said he ended last season just lights out. He won 3 games for us in the playoffs, and he kind of picked up right where he left off at the beginning of the season. And the record, two records. He set the Raiders strikeout record with 17 in the game against Hinckley, and then he also pitched from last season going to the beginning of this year. He threw 47 innings in a row without giving up an earned run, which was, I think, his 4th time all time in the state of Minnesota. In Minnesota, so pretty remarkable. He's been pitching well against Bertha. He started a little bit rough on Saturday. It was his last time he pitched. He gave up 4 runs in the first inning, including a 3-run home run. From a good hitter that got a hold of one off of him. But what he did a really nice job of was adjusting after that first inning. He kind of learned from that first inning, and then the last 6 innings, he didn't give up another hit. So, he's a smart pitcher too. So when things don't go his way, or when guys are on him a little bit, he generally does a really nice job of adjusting and finding a way to get him out.
Really excited for this one here today in Great River Conference action, Coach. Thanks as always for the time, and good luck to you in the Raiders today, Tyler.
Thanks, Devin.
Tyler Soderstrom, head coach for the Mille Lacs Raiders, join us as we break more on the pregame for baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Von Hansen's Meat. We welcome you back to the pregame as we had a chance to chat with both head coaches. And again, everybody excited for this one. 5-3 Aitkin, 8-4 Mille Lacs, both 5-1 in Great River Conference play. Devin Kruger back with you live in aisle here on YourLiveEvent.com. Coaches are meeting with the umps. So as they do that, and we wait for the starting lineups from the PA announcer, I'll get a head start, so hopefully not to confuse them. We're standing side by side here in this nice press box, which is very, very fortunate on a day like today because it's cool and the wind's blowing from the north, so we are blocked from that. Let's take you through today's lineups. First, for the Aitkin Gobblers with head coach Jeremy Jansen in his 15th year. The Gobblers 5-3 overall, 5-1 in Great River Conference play. Leading off and doing the pitching for the Gobblers is sophomore Nolan Dotzler. Hitting second behind the plate, his battery mate, senior catcher John Pilarski. Hitting third at shortstop is senior Drew Paulbeck. The cleanup man for the Gobblers is senior second baseman Jake McGuire. Hitting fifth in left field, sophomore Cole Trotter. Batting sixth is the designated hitter for the Gobblers. That's junior Noah Jansen. He's batting for sophomore center fielder Jack Jacobson. Batting seventh at first base, senior Jack Setzer. Hitting eighth at third base, junior Hunter Moreland. And rounding out the order for the Gobblers, junior right fielder Carson Hopperstead. Once again for the Gobblers, Dotzler, Pilarski, Paulbeck, McGuire, Trotter, Jansen, Setzer, Moreland, and Hopperstead. For the Mille Lacs Raiders, 8-4 overall, 5-1 in the Great River Conference for head coach Tyler Soderstrom in his 9th year. Leading off will be sophomore right fielder Wesley Harrington. Batting second and pitching for the Mille Lacs Raiders is junior Sam Habeisen. Batting third in center field, senior Creedon Spengler. Senior Justice Spengler will patrol left field and will back cleanup. Batting fifth at shortstop, senior Josiah Mueller. Batting sixth is the catcher, junior Eric Harrington. Batting seventh, senior third baseman Landon Reamer. Hitting eighth for the Raiders is junior first baseman Drake Bando. And rounding out the order is junior second baseman Gabe Honick. So a straight 9 for the Raiders today. Wesley Harrington, Habeisen, Creedon Spengler, Justice Spengler, Mueller, and Eric Harrington. Landon Reamer, Bando, and Honick, your starting lineup for the Mille Lacs Raiders. With that, we will take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a couple of final notes. We are heading towards first pitch. Great River Conference baseball today with the Mille Lacs Raiders and the Aitkin Gobblers on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wishes all the area teams the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at VonHansens.com. We bring you the best.
Hi, this is Matt from Guide Point Pharmacy in Aitkin. With the fall season comes flu season. You can walk in anytime at Guide Point Pharmacy for a no-cost vaccine to protect yourself and those around you. We also have all of your over-the-counter immune boosters, throat lozenges, and cough medicine. Give Guide Point Pharmacy a call at 218-670-7120, or you can find us one block north of the lights in Aitkin. Let's build better health together.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Neighborhood National Bank in Aitkin is comfortable and inviting, just like home. Neighborhood National Bank strives to make banking easier so you can focus on what's most important to you. Call 218-927-3716 or visit the website neighborhood.bank to learn more about the many products and services offered to fit all your financial needs. Neighborhood National Bank, supporting our Aitkin Gobblers, proudly with our friends and neighbors. Member FDIC.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Miriam. Now, let's play ball.
And with you back live on your liveevent.com, Devin Kruger with you with this great River Conference baseball matchup, Aitkin and Mille Lacs. The Mille Lacs Raiders ready to take the field with the black and gray camo jerseys with the gold numbers and letters trimmed in red with the gray pants. And Aitkin in the red jerseys today with the white pants with white numbers and letters trimmed in black. Both teams 5-1 in the conference. Sam Habeisen will get the call for the Raiders. We do have stats for the Raiders coming into today's game. Habeisen, 5 games so far, 5 starts. So this is start number 6 for Habeisen. Again, for the Raiders, this is their 13th game of the season compared to the 9th for the Gobblers. Habeisen 28 2/3 innings. He is 4-0 with an ERA of 2.19. He's allowed only 10 runs, 9 earned on 13 hits. He has struck out 56 compared to just 10 walks. So he is a tough customer that the Gobblers face. But this Gobblers team, they're used to facing really good competition. As Coach Jansen said, they battled with #1 ranked Duluth Marshall, well, #1 AA Duluth Marshall, right till the bitter end. Habeisen, the junior right-hander, warming up. His junior classmate, Eric Harrington, behind the plate. Junior Drake Bando is at first. Junior Gabe Honick at second. Senior Landon Reamer at short. Senior Josiah Mueller is Landon Reamer at third. Josiah Mueller at short. Don't know why I'm messing that up today. In the outfield, senior Justice Spengler in left. Senior Creedon Spengler in center. Sophomore Wesley Harrington in right. Looking at these batting orders, both of these teams have a pretty good mix. For the Aitkin Gobblers, 4 seniors, 3 juniors, 2 sophomores. And then for the Raiders, 4 seniors, 4 juniors, and a sophomore. Final throw down from the catcher, Eric Harrington, and we are ready to rock here in Isle with the Raiders and the Gobblers. And leading off, of course, here in the top of inning #1 for the Gobblers,
here we go, leading off for the Aitkin.
You've got Nolan Dotzler, John Pilarski, and Drew Paulback. So we are ready here in Isle as the pitcher versus pitcher matchup gets us started. And the first pitch is a fastball from Haybison in for strike one to the sophomore Nolan Dotzler. We are underway here in Isle. Cloudy skies, a breeze blowing out right field. Now here's an off-speed pitch that stays high, 1-1. Haybison takes an extra second behind the rubber, now toes it up. Here's the pitch to Dotzler, a high bouncer left side, just wide of the bag at third. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Nolan Dotzler. Nice press box right on top of the dugout here in Isle. Great view for today's game. Haybison in front. Here comes his 1-2, and it's an off-speed pitch that hit him, and Aitkin will have a leadoff base runner as Dotzler just turns his shoulder and gets plunked by the pitch, and he's aboard. Now, Dotzler is the pitcher, so it looks like we will have a courtesy runner.
Number 9, John Pilarski.
Courtesy runner for the Gobblers. And it looks like it's Braxton Hughes. So Hughes will run as senior catcher John Pilarski steps in. Pilarski pretty short of stature, not a big strike zone on Pilarski. Hughes getting a nice lead. The step in the pitch, and there's a pop-up on the right side. Running in is Wesley Harrington, still running in, and he will have it go off his glove and off his shoulder, and everybody's going to be safe. That was a long run, but certainly one he could have had. That'll be an error charge to Harrington and Wright, as Hughes did a great job. And it looked like, and now they're going to 10 to Wesley Harrington. I thought maybe it was the shoulder. That potentially maybe even caught him in the face. He kind of turned around and then went into a crouching position. He was running full board in that wind, holding that ball up, and he just misjudged it as it went off his glove. Hughes did a nice job as the courtesy runner, was halfway through first and second. He could have been in a really tough spot. He hustled to second base, so Pilarski is aboard first. It looks like he will run for himself. As now, more importantly, not only is Tyler Soderstrom out there, but even one of the Aitkin first base coach, and he might have had a better look at it. As soon as Harrington went down in the crouch, they came running out and tended to him. It looks like he is going to stay in the game. The umpire is there as well. He gives him a pat on the back. And Aitkin off to a strong start here with the first 2 runners aboard. A hit batsman and an error. First and second for Aitkin with nobody out.
Stepping up to the plate for the Gobblers.
And the senior shortstop, Drew Paulbeck, will step in. Now it looks like we will have a courtesy runner for Pilarski. And we are going to indeed have a courtesy runner. Looks like if my eyesight is good enough, it looks like it's number 4. It looks like it's Adam Martinson. So a couple of courtesy runners on for the Gobblers. You got Hughes at second and Martinson at first for Drew Paulbeck. Paulbeck back in the stance, top of the first, nobody out. Second baseman Honick trying to keep Hughes close in the first pitch as a fastball outside, 1-0 to Paulbeck. Early threat for the Gobblers here with nobody out and the first 2 men aboard. Eric Harrington with the signs. Haybison takes a look back at second. Here's the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball. That one sails in for a strike. 1-1. One thing about the press boxes is they're obviously very, very nice for a lot of reasons, but you can't really see where that ball's crossing the plate. Now the 1-1. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to Paulbeck. Black softball is in action right next door to us here at the baseball field, taking on Pine River Bacchus. So another battle there of area teams. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the step in the pitch, and it's a breaking ball popped up right side. That'll carry out of play. Paulbeck got kept his hands back, did a nice job just getting a piece of it. Bando is not holding Martinson at first. Still some games a second. Runners go, and here's a swing and a drive to center. Heading back is Creedon Spengler. He'll make the catch. Spengler, the throw back to second will be cut off, and hustling back, in the speed of Braxton Hughes allowed. The speed of Braxton Hughes did a good job of getting him back to second base. The runners were off on the pitch. Paulbeck lifts it out to center for the first out, and good job, good recognition by everybody. Hughes hustling back and getting back safe before being doubled off. So 2 on with 1 out for the senior second baseman, Jake McGuire. Hebeisen will look back. Honick trying to keep Hughes a step closer at second. Here's the kick in the pitch. It's a breaking ball wide. It's 1-0. No score, top of the first, but Aitkin with an early threat. Martinson takes a good lead at first. Here's a fastball, and that one in there, 1-1, I think. That's a really quick strike call by the umpire. And he kind of points straight with his body, so it's hard for us to see. We believe 1-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and foul tipped. So it's 2-1 now. So that one is a foul ball. 2 balls and a strike to Jake McGuire, senior second baseman for the Gobblers. Hebeisen, a couple of looks back at Hughes. Hughes takes an extra step. Hebeisen focused in. Here's the pitch. Runners stay, and there is a called strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to McGuire. Paulbeck had a 2-strike count when Coach Jansen sent the runners in motion on a hit and run. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Quick look back, and now Hebeisen's going to step off, and just a really quick head turn to chase Hughes back to second. Martinson follows suit back to first base. Both these teams are right back at it on Monday. Here's the kick in the 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed. It was on the outside half. McGuire laid on the swing, and the first strikeout for Hebeisen. And after the first two runners reached, now 2 down here in the top of the first for sophomore left fielder Cole Trotter. Courtesy runners are aboard. Hughes at second and Martinson at first. And the number 5 batter, Trotter, steps in. Here's the first pitch from Hebeisen, and that one is a called strike. Hebeisen appears to be working that outer half. It's 0-1. And I believe it was 19 strikeouts Hebeisen had in a game this year, citing a Raiders record. Hughes a good lead at second. Here's the 0-1, and there's a called strike 2 as Hebeisen stayed with the fastball. Now he's got pitches to work with. Coach Jansen giving those signs over at third base. 0-2 to Trotter. Hebeisen ready. Runners go. And here's a swing. A slow bouncer to the third base side. Charging, picked up, and they're going to eat it. Trotter with a slow roller up along third, and not much Landon Reamer could do. Too early to cut the grass, so the ball slowed down quickly. That'll be an infield single for Cole Trotter, first hit of the game. As he's aboard first, runners were on the move, but of course, being the ball was in the infield, they simply advance 1 base. Hughes at third, Martinson at second, Trotter at first for the DH, Noah Jansen. Jansen Jr. and the first pitch, a swing and a bouncer, right side, scooped up at first, put it right off the end of the bat, and Drake Bando on 1 pitch, able to scoop and step on the bag to retire Jansen in the side. Aitkin leaves them loaded in the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, 1 Mille error, and 3 left on base. And we are scoreless after the top of the first. The Mille Raiders come to the plate when we come back here on your liveevent.com.
Siding, windows and doors, more than 25 years of service. Roofing done right. Call 218-831-1907.
If you're looking for a local neighborhood bank, check out all that Security State Bank can do for you. Whether you're looking for personal banking or business banking services, Security State Bank can assist. Visit them at any of their convenient locations in downtown Aitkin, Garrison, Grand Marais, or Paulbecks County Market. Learn more online at ssbmn.com. Since 1947, Security State Bank has been serving this community. Security State Bank, member FDI.
Back with you here in Isle. Devin Kruger with you. It is scoreless as the Mille Lacs Raiders will head to the plate for the first time. Let's set that Gobbler defense for you. Sophomore Nolan Dotzler is on the hill. Coach Jeremy Jansen says he got some time as a freshman. He was the pitcher when the Gobblers went toe-to-toe with the Hilltoppers of Duluth Marshall, so he really likes what he's getting out of Nolan Dotzler. Senior John Pilarski is behind the plate. Senior Jack Setzer at first. Senior Jake McGuire at second. Junior Hunter Moreland at third. Senior Drew Paulbeck at short. Outfielders for the Gobblers, sophomore Cole Trotter in left. Sophomore Jack Jacobson center. Junior Carson Hopperstead in right. Wesley Harrington, Sam Haybeisen, Creedon Spengler do up in the bottom of the first inning with it scoreless. And Wesley Harrington will step in to lead things off for the Mille Lacs Raiders against the right-handed Dotzler. Harrington hitting .216 on the season. He's got 8 hits, including a double, 2 RBIs, and takes a strike to lead things off. Wesley Harrington tied for the team high with 15 runs scored. He's down 0-1. Dotzler sets and fires another fastball and a called strike 2 as Dotzler quickly gets in front, putting Wesley Harrington in the hole. Harrington second on the team with 10 walks drawn, but he's going to have to battle here. The 0-2 from Dotzler. Fastball swinging a roller left side. Moreland at third in the grass. The throw to first in time. If Moreland was not playing in the grass already, that's probably an infield single. But Moreland was playing up, and it's a 5-3 ground out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Pitcher number 12, Sam Haybeisen.
That brings up Haybeisen. Second on the team, hitting .400 on the year. He's got 6 doubles. Takes ball 1 as he's got a team-high 15 RBIs, tied with Wesley Harrington with 15 runs scored. Nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. We have no score. Dotzler working quickly, the 1-0, and that fastball wide of the mark. 2-0 to Haybeisen. The Raiders will be aggressive on the base pads if they get aboard. Here's the 2-0 and a swing and a miss. Fastball was at the bottom of the zone, and Haybeisen swung over the top. Through 12 games, the Raiders have 70 stolen bases. Dotzler quickly into the wind end. The 2-1 breaking ball down low, 3-1. One thing as a broadcaster, always got to realize quickly what is the pace of the pitcher. Dotzler so far works at a little quicker pace than Haybeisen. Gets the sign from Pilarski. 3 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Fastball swung on and missed. And again, Haybeisen kind of throwing that bat out there and was over the top of it. And the count is full for Haybeisen. Payoff pitch. And here it comes. And it is outside. And Haybeisen draws a 1-out walk. So with 1 out, there's a runner aboard for the Raiders, bringing up Creedon Spengler, the senior center fielder, leading the team with a .447 average. 17 hits and 38 at-bats, 4 doubles, tied with Haybeisen with a team-high 15 RBIs. Haybeisen with 9 stolen bases. Dotzler sets first pitch fastball is a called strike. It's 0-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, with Haybeisen on with the walk. Takes the lead with Setzer holding. Dotzler a quick turn and throw, and Haybeisen back easily with the head first slide. Always good to maybe test that pitcher early, see what kind of a pickoff move they have. Moreland playing even with the bag at third with 1 away. The 1-1 to Creedon Spengler, and it's a breaking ball, and boy, Spengler waited on it but lifted it back. Oh, he waited on that breaking ball, but didn't get the big. It's 0-2, 0-2 the count. Haybison takes his steps off of first. Dotzler looking over that way. With one away, here's the pitch, and that ball up and out. Now 1-2 to Spengler. This is Creedon Spengler, Justice Spengler on deck. Aitkin stranded, the bases loaded in the top half. Dotzler, the 1-2, breaking ball, popped up, and Haybison has to slam on the brakes. Dotzler makes the catch right at the rubber, and there's 2 away as Creedon Spengler pops out to the pitcher. Haybison was running on the pitch, and then boy, did he have to hit the brakes and head back. And that's going to bring up the cleanup man, senior left fielder Justice Spengler. Justice hitting .325 on the year. 13 hits. He's got 4 triples on the year. With 2 outs, Haybison at first. Dotzler, pickoff move, and Haybison quickly back and easy. Justice on the year, so 13 hits, 6 of them for extra bases, 2 doubles, 2 doubles, 4 triples. He's got 5 driven in on the year, and now Dotzler's going to step off. Haybison demanding a lot of attention over there at first base with 2 down. No score. We're in the bottom of the first. Now the pitch, and this one up high to the left-handed batting Justice Spengler. Josiah Mueller would be next if the Raiders can keep things going. Haybison takes a couple steps back towards the first base bag as here's a fastball, and that one a called strike on the inside corner. Spengler actually scooted back a tad. But it's a called strike, 1-1. Dotzler, a couple of nods out of the stretch before he sets the pitch. Here's a breaking ball, stays above the letters. 2-1 to the senior left fielder. When he's in the windup, it seems like Dotzler really works fast. Out of the stretch, though, takes his time, has his routine. Now a fastball is popped and lifted to the right side. Foul. It'll go to 2-2. Coach Soderstrom giving the signs with 2 outs. Might see Haybison take off here. Setzer holding him on, trying to keep him a step closer. Stays put, and the pitch was high, but reaching for it and fouling it off was Justice Spengler. Off-speed pitch, just kind of stuck that bat out there, got a piece of it. No other games in the, at least for our local teams. Here's a breaking ball, and that one stays outside. Full count to Spengler, so now for sure Haybison is going to be taking off. Crosby Ironton will take on Mille Lacs on Monday. They are off today. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. It was down low. Pilarski able to scoop it up, and that strikeout ends the first inning. For the bottom of the first, no runs, a walk, no hits, no errors, 1 left on, and we are scoreless through 1. This is high school baseball on YourLiveEvent.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Hi. I'm Susan Schmidt at First Western Bank. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day roles to best serve our community. We know the area high school athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this season. Be safe on the court, rink, field, and in the gym. We look forward to watching you succeed. We're not just here for you, we are you. First Western Bank. You can bank on us. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cummings Jansen Real Estate, a locally owned and operated company, is one of the leading real estate sales companies in Aitkin County. Cummings Jansen Real Estate remains one of the most reputable agencies in the area. They specialize in residential, lakeshore and cabins, land and acreage, as well as commercial properties. Plus, they offer Jansen Auctioneer Services, one of the most popular auction services in the area. For Cummings Jansen Realtors, call 927-6258, and for Jansen Auctioneer Services, call 927-4488. Cummings Jansen, your hometown realtor.
We head to the top of inning number 2. We are scoreless after one. Aitkin and Mille Lacs. Again, both teams 5-1 in conference play. Senior first baseman Jack Setzer going to lead things off for the Gobblers here in the top of the second, followed by Hunter Moreland and Carson Hopperstead, 7, 8, 9 in the order after the Gobblers left them loaded in the top of the first. Setzer takes a strike, it's 0-1. Sam Habeisen working, and he spikes one in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Rush City leading the Great River Conference standings at 6-1 overall and in the conference play. Habeisen's got the one he wants. Here comes the 1-1. That fastball, that one up high, actually caught part of the glove and then caught the left shoulder in the pad of the home plate umpire. Thankfully, everybody's good there. Didn't nick anyone too bad. 2 balls and a strike to Setzer leading off the second. Habeisen quickly into the windup. Here's the 2-1 fastball. That one inside, moving Setzer back. 3-1 to the leadoff man for the Gobblers. Ogilvy's in action at Upslaw. That's non-conference play today. Here's another one, and it's up high, and Setzer draws a leadoff walk. For Habeisen, only the 11th walk he has issued this season. The Gobblers have a leadoff base runner for the number 8 batter, junior third baseman Hunter Moreland. Bram is at Mora. That's the only other conference game tonight from the schedule I can see in the Great River Conference. So Setzer aboard first, and Bando holding him as Habeisen sets, and the first pitch fastball, that one outside. Ball 1 to Hunter Moreland. Left-handed batter. No score, top of the second. Little action on the base pads in the first from both teams, but nobody coming across, and there's a fastball strike. Looked like Moreland might have had the take sign as Habeisen struggling to find the zone a little bit here to start the second inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Setzer taking an extra step over at first. Haven't seen Habeisen's. Here's the step in the pitch, and there is a miss at the bunt. Moreland tried to quick square up and push it on the third base side. Landon Reamer was a couple steps behind the bag. Not a bad call, but Moreland was unable to get a piece of the ball, and it's 1-2. Habeisen peeking over at Setzer at first. Here's a step in the pitch. Fastball called. Strike 3. Runner goes. Throw it on to second. Is not going to be in time. Setzer slides in. There's a bit of a delayed steal. He didn't go right off the bat. Moreland strikes out. Second strikeout for Habeisen, but Setzer swipes second. So it's 1 out and a runner in scoring position now for the Gobblers for the junior right fielder, Carson Hopperstead.
Number 28, Carson Hopperstead.
So 1 away here, top of the second inning, no score. And Hopperstead steps to the plate. Both Mueller and Honick playing a little cat and mouse at second base. First pitch fastball misses high. 1-0 to Hopperstead. Top of the order, Nolan Dotzler due up next. A lot of chatter from the Aitkin dugout. As Habeisen sets, now he turns and he's going to soft toss it. It goes off the top of the glove, but quickly coming in was Creedon Spengler. That was a little bit lackadaisical, and it almost cost the Raiders a base as it went off the top of the glove of Josiah Mueller. And yeah, if Setzer wanted to push the issue, he certainly could have taken off. Creedon Spengler was coming to back it up and did so just enough to keep Setzer at second base. Honick taking a few steps towards the bag now. 1 ball, no strikes. Here it comes, and then a fastball. It's in tight. And Hopperstead gets in front. 2 balls, no strikes to the Mille Lacs ace. Great River Baseball today on yourliveevent.com. Here's the 2-0 from Haybison, and that breaking ball, and boy, you got talk about a pitcher with some confidence. You know, a junior, he's had a lot of experience, 2-0, and he sends in the bender for strike 1. Jack Setzer at second. With 1 away, the kick in the pitch, and another breaking ball strike back-to-back from Haybison, and it's 2-2. Haybison not, you know, and Coach Soderson talked about his adjustments. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed, and there's 2 away. He was having a touch of trouble controlling the fastball, went to the breaking balls and set up a heater that he blows by Hopperstead for strike 3. And here's the top of the order, Nolan Dotzler, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. Setzer at second. Haybison ready. And the first pitch swung on and missed. Got the fastball by him, 0-1. Really good cut. Liked the swing a lot from Dotzler. Just missed it, though. No score. Runner at second. Top 2. Haybison ready. The 0-1 is a breaking ball that stays above the letters. 1-1. Setzer led the inning off of the walk. Stole second. Honick half covering the bag at behind Haybison. Here's the 1-1. Here's a swing and a bouncer to Mueller at short. The scoop, the throw, and it is in time as Dotzler grounds out to end the inning. In the top of the second inning, a leadoff walk, but no harm done. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. We are through 1.5. Great River Conference Baseball with no score is on yourliveevent.com.
Lax Lake, Onamia High School is a place where content-rich academics, a healthy and supportive learning environment, outstanding technical education electives, and vast extracurricular activities all collide to create students that are ready to tackle the challenges of the future and fulfill their greatest potential. Onamia High School, where every day counts. And Onamia High School says, "Go Raiders!"
The Mille Lacs Lake area is like nowhere else. It's a great place to live, a great place to visit, and a great place to stay healthy. Thanks to the Mille Lacs Health System, the right care for you, right by you. The Mille Lacs Health System is staffed with highly skilled medical professionals who provide the expertise you expect, the reassurance you seek, and the compassion you deserve. We provide outpatient services to treat severe or chronic conditions with infusion therapy. That includes chemotherapy, hydration, and blood transfusions, plus injections for substance abuse and osteoporosis. There are a full range of modern healthcare services with 5 convenient family medicine clinics located in Onamia, Isle, Garrison, Hillman, and Malacca. Get the personalized healthcare you need from people who get you. Mille Lacs Health System, the right care for you, right by you.
To the home half of inning number 2 here on yourliveevent.com. It's 5-6-7 as Nolan Dotzler, first pitch, swinging a pop-up from the shortstop, Josiah Mueller. Moreland's going to call off Dotzler right on the right edge of the mound, and he'll make the catch. It's 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. That'll be junior catcher Eric Harrington, then senior third baseman Landon Reamer also due up here in the bottom of the second. No score in this Great River Conference matchup. As the junior catcher will step in, Nolan Dotzler into the windup. Here's the 0-1, and this breaking ball swung on and missed. Had Harrington in front. Nice looking change of pace there by Nolan Dotzler. No balls and a strike. Here's the kick and the pitch, and another breaking ball. This one sails low and well out of the zone. 1-1. Again, Mille Lacs today, no DH. Nobody aboard as the 1-1 is a fastball strike. 1-2 to the catcher, Eric Harrington. Dotzler ready, the 1-2. Breaking ball swung in the line to center. That'll be a base hit. Sliding to keep the ball in front of him was Jack Jacobson, holding Harrington to a single as the Mille Lacs Raiders collect their first hit today. Runner on with one down, and we will have a courtesy runner for the Raiders. Mark Vossen will come in and run for the catcher, Eric Harrington, as senior third baseman Landon Reamer will step in. Eric Harrington came in averaging .231, by the way. That was his 10th hit of the season. Now here's Landon Reamer hitting .176 with 8 driven in. Vossen at first, sets are holding. Here's the first pitch and a fastball strike 0-1 to Landon Reamer. Reamer with 6 hits, 1 for extra bases with a double, 11 runs scored. Vossen takes his lead from first. Dotzler, his 0-1, fastball outside. Pilarski bluffed the throw back to first behind Vossen. That's always a dangerous game. Tempt the catcher, and now so there is a warning given to the pitcher, Dotzler. Something that he did that could potentially result in a balk, but the umpire says they get a warning first. And he's going to put a new ball in play. You know, pitchers, you know, they'll lick their hands or they'll do something, and for whatever reason, the base umpire decided to put a new ball in play from Dotzler. 2 balls and a strike to count to Landon Reamer. Here's the pitch and a called strike. Throw back behind Vossen, and not in time, but Pilarski shows that he is more than willing to chuck that down the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Landon Reamer. 1 out single by Eric Harrington. Vossen is courtesy runner on first. Dotzler takes a peek over. Here's the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Runner go, throw to second. In time, it's going to be a double play. Pilarski right on target to the second baseman, Jake McGuire, for the tag. Vossen is cooked. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. And the inning is over. Second strikeout for Dotzler, but a very impressive throw by Pilarski from behind the dish. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. It is scoreless after 2 with Great River Conference Baseball here on YourLiveEvent.com.
And you can be with quality apparel and custom designs from Real Design. From screen print and embroidery to custom art, the Real Design team turns your vision into finished garments everyone will be proud to wear. Visit realdesigninc.com and check out their online fan store featuring apparel for your school, business, or fundraiser. Call 320-364-0092 or visit their office in downtown Isle and always online at realdesigninc.com.
It's agreed, education is the key to success. At Isle High School, their mission is to empower learners with lifelong skills to succeed. Athletics also plays an important role in a student's development, with participating athletes learning life lessons along the way. Isle High School is proud to be one half of the Mille Lacs Raiders Athletic Co-op. Located on the shores of beautiful Mille Lacs Lake, Isle High School offers students a great environment to learn, working together as a group or individually. Go Raiders!
Tomorrow is happening right.
We head to the third here in Isle. Devin Kruger with you as we are scoreless with the Aitkin Gobblers and Mille Lacs Raiders. Here in the top of the third inning, it is 2-3-4. John Pilarski, Drew Paulbeck, and Jake McGuire. Pilarski ending the bottom of the second with a wonderful throw down to second, catching a runner stealing. And the first pitch from Sam Haybeisen is a fastball in the dirt. Pilarski had to lift his back foot to avoid getting hit. And it's quickly 1 ball, no strikes. Haybeisen into the wind. And there is a fastball strike, 1-1. So far, haven't had that clean 1, 2, 3 inning. Of course, we've only played 2 innings, but Dotzler does face the minimum in the bottom of the second for Aitkin. Bison, the 1-1 breaking ball, and Pilarski was in front but checked it. 2 balls and a strike. They'll appeal to first, but at least from our vantage point and from the base umpires, Pilarski wasn't even close to going around on that one. He checked it pretty early. It's 2-1 as Bison fires a fastball, swung and chopped over Bison at second. The scoop, the throw is lobbed, and Pilarski's going to beat it out. Going towards second base, Gabe Honeck tried to kind of half on the run, float one to Bando, and Pilarski beats it out for an infield single. Well, leadoff base runner for the 3rd inning in a row. All 3 innings so far, Aitkin has put the leadoff runner on, and that is a dangerous game to play if you're the Mille Lacs Raiders. 3 straight leadoff men aboard. Here's Drew Paulbeck, who flew out to center his first time up. Here's a throw back to first, and getting back safely was Martinson, the courtesy runner for Pilarski. Bando kind of straddling the bag, and Martinson able to get that hand in between. So Bison already checks him once over there. Here's the pitch to Paulbeck, and a fastball low, 1-0. Bison 36 pitches through 2 innings, so the Gobblers are getting into some deeper counts, making the Raiders ace throw multiple pitches. Here's a swing and a fly to right. Wesley Harrington drifting back. The wind is pushing it. Still back. Hits over his head at the bottom of the fence. Paulbeck has to slam on his brakes as Martinson rounds second. Martinson now hits the brakes, and he'll head back, and Gobblers probably could have had an extra base out of that, but Martinson stayed really close to first base. Paulbeck rounded first, and he almost collided into the back of Martinson. It's a very deep single to right for Drew Paulbeck, and Gobblers have first and second with nobody out. They had the same situation in the first inning, could not take advantage. Here's Jake McGuire. He struck out his first time up. So first and second for Aitkin. And the Gobblers put some pressure on again here in the top of the 3rd. Bison sets. First pitch is a breaking ball strike to McGuire, 0-1. Remember when I saw Bison pitching in the playoffs last year? Very good at mixing pitches. Doesn't throw the same thing on the first pitch. It's all about keeping the hitters off key. Runners take the lead. Now here's a fastball swung on and missed. Good cut by McGuire. Was right over the top of it, 0-2. Back-to-back singles to lead off the 3rd. Gobblers have 5 hits in the game now. 0-2 to McGuire. Here it comes, and a swing and a pop back behind the plate. Eric Harrington. Bison a long run, but that will carry out of play. Bison read that one really well off the bat, but that one well out of the fence lines. So McGuire will stay alive at 0-2. First meeting since 2017 between these two clubs. Here's the 0-2 breaking ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jake McGuire. Bison ready. Martinson off a second. Paulbeck off a first. The 1-2 fastball swung and actually a breaking ball hit the dirt. It'll be a wild pitch. First base was occupied, so McGuire is out on the strikeout, but the ball spiked in the dirt, hit Eric Harrington hard enough and went up the first base line. It'll be a strikeout, 4th for Bison, but it's also a wild pitch.
Number 14, Cole Trotter.
McGuire down on strikes for the second time, but the wild pitch advances the runners. So with 1 out, the Gobblers have their best threat so far. They have Martinson at 3rd and Paulbeck at 2nd for the sophomore left fielder, Cole Trotter. Mille Lacs is going to bring the infield in. Believe both these teams can play some small ball. Third baseman Landon Reamer is actually holding Martinson, and the first pitch swung on and fouled out of play. Strike 1 to Cole Trotter. this was deep in the game, sometimes as a coach, you may think of doing the intentional walk to get the force at any base, but top of the third inning, probably too early to do that. 0-1, the pitch from Heybison, and a breaking ball that just dips below the knees. That was a great hold by Trotter. That was a tough pitch to lay off of. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Reamer is trying to hold Martinson at third. Heybison's kick and pitch. Fastball swung and fouled straight back. 1-2 on Trotter. 1 away here in the top of the third. Heybison will check in with Eric Harrington as everybody gets reset. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Paul Beck, a big lead off the second with the players in front. And a breaking ball swung on and fouled off. Nice job by Trotter. That was very similar to the pitch he watched go down for a ball with 2 strikes, just trying to protect anything close, and did a nice job. Just dropped that bat, got a piece. A base hit almost surely would score 2. Fastball swung on and fouled off again. And the umpire has to take time because Cole Trotter's fouled so many baseballs out that his big pocket is empty. He tracked down a couple of them for the home plate ump. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heybison delivers, and this one spiked in the dirt, and Eric Harrington with a nice block to keep the runners at bay. Courtesy runner Martinson at third, Paul Beck at second. Gobblers trying to break through this scoreless game so far, top of the third. 2-2, here it comes. Fastball swung and rolled to the right side. The throw's gonna go home. It's in time. The tag is in time. Martinson stayed up, did not slide. The roller to third. And Landon Reamer to Eric Harrington. They get the force at the plate. 5-2. Don't see that put out a whole lot. Paul Beck is at third. Trotter reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 down now here in the top of the third.
Jacobson.
Runners at the corners for the designated hitter, Noah Jansen. First and third for Aitkin with 2 down. Big out at home. Martinson went on contact. Heybison will step off. Paul Beck dancing around at third base, trying to distract the pitcher. Sometimes he'll do that, just try to distract them enough that they balk, make that mistake. Sometimes you'll see the get in a rundown on purpose. First pitch, fastball. Jansen just underneath it, fouled it straight back. It's 0-1. This is where it always can get interesting. Sometimes you'll see the games being played, 2 outs, runners at the corners, see if Trotter takes off from first. Sometimes they try to get caught in a rundown intentionally and let the runner from third sneak home. You see it all with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Trotter goes half swing and no throw, and Trotter went all the way to second, didn't stop and try to get caught in anything. Jansen had a half swing. Defensive indifference allows Trotter to second base. It's 0-2 to Jansen. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Heybison ready from the stretch. The pitch, fastball, and a called strike. I thought I had it 0-2. For my correction, it was 1-1. Now a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 to Jansen, the DH. Heybison. The step, the pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3, and the inning's over. The Gobblers strand 2 more as Heybison picks up his 5th strikeout today. Back-to-back singles for the Gobblers, but nothing across the plate. No runs on a pair of hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. We stay scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge, Life takes energy.
Miller Trucking in Isle is the only call to make when you need someone to haul your freight. Miller Trucking has served the area since 1973. Call David or Nancy Miller at 320-676-3421. Miller Trucking of Isle wishes the Mille Lacs Raiders good luck. Quality service makes the difference. Those are the words Oberfeld Insurance in Isle lives by. Complete customer service when it comes to your insurance needs. Whether you're looking for auto, homeowners, commercial, life, or health insurance, Oberfeld Insurance works with dozens of insurance companies, getting you the best coverage with the best company at the best price. To learn more, visit oberfeldinsurance.com or call 320-676-3267.
To the bottom of the third we go. 8-9-1. Drake Bando, Gabe Honick, Wesley Harrington do up for the Mille Lacs Raiders. We are scoreless in the home third, and Nolan Dotzler fires the first pitch fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Aitkin has had threats in each inning so far, but the Raiders have been able to put the brakes on. Here's a swing and a bouncer right back to Dotzler. Dotzler going to run over 3/4 away to first base and underhand it to Setzer as Bando grounds out 1-3 for the opening out here in the bottom of the third.
Now batting for Mille Lacs, second base.
Bando
27,
coming in hitting 130 on the air. Now here's Gabe Honick hitting 222, 8 hits, all singles, 7 driven in, 8 runs scored. Nobody on and 1 down here in the bottom of the third. First pitch, fastball swung on and fouled back 0-1.
How many May baskets did you deliver?
So the Raiders so far have had base runners on in each of the first 2 innings. Aitkin has stranded 6 so far. Here's the 0-1 and a bender roll to the left side. Hunter Moreland with a bobble. Bare hands it. The throw to first in time. Good recovery by Hunter Moreland at third. Kind of got it on the heel of the glove. Bounced out, but picked it up with his bare hand and had time firing it over. The strong corner-to-corner throw. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. As we go to the top of the order, and sophomore right fielder Wesley Harrington, he grounded out to Moreland his first time up. So nobody aboard with 2 down here in the bottom of the third. We have no score, and the first pitch from Dotzler is in for a strike 0-1. Just as a couple of geese make their way over the field. Mille Lacs softball taking on Pine River Bacchus here today, and there's a swing and a miss as Harrington way in front of that change by Dotzler, and Nolan Dotzler way ahead, 0-2. He's ready to work quickly on this inning. The 0-2 is on its way. Fastball swung in a little liner, and that one caught at second. Jake McGuire was getting ready to leap high in the air and then realized that ball was dropping right to him. A soft liner to second, and we have our first 1-2-3 inning of the day. No runs, no hits, nobody left through 3 here in Isle. Great River Conference Baseball. It is Aitkin nothing, Mille Lacs nothing, as we're back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
When you get that rumble in your belly, make your way to Smoke and Mortars Barbecue and Meat Market in Isle. Proud supporters of Mille Lacs Raider sports. Smoke and Mortars Barbecue offers daily smoke specials, which are posted on Facebook. Need something quick while you're on the go? Grab a sandwich from the deli or beef sticks and jerky. Smoke and Mortars Barbecue and Meat Market. Open Wednesday and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. In the old Dairy Vi on Highway 47 South in Isle.
At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, it's their mission to responsibly provide reliable, competitively priced energy, services, and products to meet the needs of their members and customers. To hear what's new, visit MLECMN.com. Read their latest newsletter to keep up with current news at the co-op. Smart Hub, access your account information 24/7. Find out other ways your Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative is serving its members. MLECMN.com.
Welcome back to Isle. Devin Kruger here with you on YourLiveEvent.com. And we've got a pitcher's duel so far between Sam Habeisen and Nolan Dotzler. Through 3 innings, no runs, 1 hit for Mille Lacs with 1 runner left on base after a 1-2-3 inning for Nolan Dotzler and the Gobblers defense. For Aitkin, no runs, 5 hits. 6 runners left on base. The Gobblers have threatened. They've had runners in scoring position each inning so far. but nothing across the plate. Sam Habeisen, 57 pitches through 3 innings. Mille Lacs has 1 fielding error and only 36 pitches through 3 innings for Nolan Dotzler, so he's looking really, really good in that regards. In the top of the 4th, 7-8-9 for Aitkin as Sam Habeisen delivers to Jack Setzer, and it's a strike right at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Hunter Moreland, Carson Hopperstead also due up. Setzer led off the second with a walk and was stranded at second. Here's a pitch, that one even lower and past Eric Harrington, 1-1. Gobblers had first and second with nobody out in the first. Leadoff runner on in the second. First and second with nobody out in the third. But Sam Habeisen has been able to close the door as there's a foul straight back. It's 1-2 to Setzer. Habeisen taking a few of them himself. He's got 5 strikeouts through 3 innings with 1 walk and 1 hit batter. Dotzler, 2 strikeouts, no walks. The 1-2, breaking ball, strike 3. Setzer rung up. And for the first time, the Gobblers do not have a leadoff runner on. 1 away for Hunter Moreland. Moreland was a strikeout victim in the second. He's 0-1. 0 for 1, I should say. Aitkin 5-3. Mille Lacs 8-4 on the year. The pitch from Habeisen, swing and a foul back, 0-1. Of course, Moreland and Paul Beck were part of the Northern Lakes hockey team that went to state this year. Here's an 0-1 breaking ball, and that one moves Moreland back, 1-1. Then you have a whole bunch of these Mille Lacs Raiders guys that were part of a football team that lost in a heartbreaker in the section championship, as here's a bender that stays outside, 2-1 to Moreland. That was one heck of a game between the Raiders and Deer River this last fall. 2 balls and a strike. Habeisen fastball swung on and hit hard to left. Heading back is Justice Spengler and makes the catch on the run. Moreland tagged it, but Justice Spengler read it well off the bat and makes the running catch for out number 2. That one energized the crowd a little bit. With a left-handed hitter, that ball actually was tailing a little bit towards Justice Spengler that helped him track that down. Nobody on and 2 away for Carson Hopperstead. He struck out his first time up. No score, 2 away in a first pitch. Fastball called for a strike, 0-1 on Hopperstead. Both these pitchers trying to get into a really good groove as we hit these middle innings. Here's the pitch, and a breaking ball stays in tight. 1-1 on Hopperstead. Eric Harrington, the target. Habeisen winds and fires a breaking ball. That one chopped in front of the plate and rolls foul. It's 1-2. Stick around following the game for the post-game recap. Notes, numbers, awards, all coming your way following this one. On a cool, breezy day again here in the 2025 spring sports season. Habeisen's 1-2, chopped and rolled to the right side, scooped up at second, the toss to first, and Mille Lacs answers with their first 1-2-3 inning out in the field. Pretty routine play for Honeck, and the Gobblers go quietly for the first time today. No runs, no hits, no errors. We stay scoreless. Here it's high school baseball on yourliveevent.com.
News from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or repair to your vehicle? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 85 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com. Go Gobblers!
To the home half of the fourth we go, scoreless here. That is not the case in the softball matchup here in Isle. The Raiders taking on Pine River Bacchus, and in softball, they're in the top of the fifth. Mille Lacs leading 12-7. Here in the bottom of the fourth, Sam Haybison leads off for the Mille Lacs Raiders, takes low and outside from Nolan Dotzler. 2-3-4 for the Raiders, Haybison, Creedon Spengler, and Justice Spengler. No score as Dotzler delivers fastball swung on and fouled back 1-1. So, hey, hard to get runs in this one. Not so hard over on the softball field. Haybison ready. Dotzler winds up for the 1-1, and here's a swing and a drive to left center. This one's hit well. This one's deep and down in the gap. Haybison will get extra bases to lead off the fourth as he stops at second with a leadoff double. Only the second hit for the Raiders today, but it's a big one as for the first time, Mille Lacs has the leadoff runner aboard.
Mille Lacs, number 18, Creedon Spengler.
In the top half of this inning, Aitkin didn't get the leadoff man on for the first time. And now, for the first time in the bottom half, Mille Lacs does get the leadoff runner on. A double to left center for Haybison, and here's Creedon Spengler. For Haybison, that is his team-leading 7th double of the year. And now Creedon looking to get the Raiders. Creedon squares up early. The pitch, he pulls it back and takes a strike. He squared up really early. Setzer came charging in from first base. I think maybe the Raiders were just going to see how will Aitkin play it if he squares up. Moreland is a step in front of the bag at third. Setzer on the grass at first. Paulbeck trying to keep Haybison a step closer. Dotzler's 0-1, and a swing and a drive again to left center. Heading over his left is Trotter, and he can't get it. That one's right down between. Haybison will round third. He will score, and the Raiders strike first on back-to-back doubles in the bottom of the fourth. That ball was carrying, and it landed right in between the running Cole Trotter and Jack Jacobson, as Jeremy Jansen will take time. And he'll have a conference. Aitkin, who has had runners on in nearly every inning, but could not get the big hits to score. And then you get to the bottom of the fourth, back-to-back doubles to left center field for Creedon Spengler. That is his 5th double, and now he leads the Raiders with his 16th RBI of the season. As the Raiders get on the board here in the home fourth, still nobody out, of course. And here's Justice Spengler, who struck out against Dotzler his first time. Creedon Spengler at second. He popped out to Dotzler his first time up and then tagged that one. Here's the 0-1, and it's a fastball out wide, 1-0. So still nobody else. You got Justice Spengler at the plate, then Josiah Mueller due up next. Dotzler looks back at second. Here comes the 1-0, and that fastball low and inside, and Justice Spengler gets in front, 2 balls, no strikes. Both of these teams 5-1 in conference play. Aitkin just gave Ogilvie their first conference loss on Tuesday. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the kick and the pitch, and that fastball's in, 2-1 for Justice Spengler. Of course, Mille Lacs coming off that really exciting walk-off win Tuesday against Bram. At second, Creedon Spengler. Here's the 2-1, and a breaking ball in for a strike. Had Justice up on that front foot. 2-2 now to the Raiders left fielder, who ran down a really nice catch in the top half of this inning, robbing Hunter Moreland of a base hit. Now a high fly to right. Got plenty of it. Hopperstead drifting back, now still going back, makes the catch. It will be an easy tag in advance as Coach Soderstrom will hold Creedon Spengler at third. A productive out on the high fly to right by Justice Spengler. And a runner at third with 1 out for Josiah Mueller.
Coming up to the plate for Mille Lacs, number 6.
Coach Jeremy Jansen will bring the Gobblers defense in with only one out. So the infield in for the Gobblers. Creed and Spengler at third. And Sebian Josiah Mueller, he popped out to Moreland his first time up. Here's the pitch and a fastball strike from Dotzler. Now Pilarski, we know, has a really good arm behind the plate. So even with Moreland playing on the grass, I don't know if you want to get real cute hopping off of third base. No balls and a strike to Josiah Mueller. Here's the pitch, and he squared up to bunt, but on the breaking ball, he got it off the bottom of the bat and pushed it foul. So Coach Soderstrom calling for the squeeze, but with the breaking ball diving below the zone, not a whole lot Mueller could do with it, and he bumped it foul. Now no balls and 2 strikes, 1 away here in the home fourth. Doutzer working from the high leg kick, and here's a swing, a short fly, short center. This looks like trouble. That's going to drop. That's going to be a base hit, just a seeing eye bloop single into short center field. Sometimes it's just a matter of making contact. Mueller picks up an RBI single, and Mille Lacs grabs a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. For Mueller, that is his 11th RBI of the season. And after the back-to-back doubles were tagged off of Dotzler, this one just a soft fly ball to short center field, and Jack Jacobson was sprinting with all his might, but he was not going to track it down. So 2-0 Mille Lacs, and here's Eric Harrington. First pitch swung on and foul tipped at 0-1. 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. And after Nolan Dotzler had held the Raiders to just 1 hit through the first 3 innings, they've got 3 hits against him here in the bottom of the fourth. Setzer holding the runner on. Dotzler, runner goes. Here's a swing and a chopper, third base side. Moreland will only have 1 play. The throw to Setzer in plenty of time. Mueller on the move, gets second base. Harrington grounds out 5-3. 2 away now here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 runs are in for the Raiders, and here is Landon Reamer. Harrington had singled his first time up. He had the only hit for the Raiders through the first 3 innings. Now here's Landon Reamer. He struck out against Dotzler his first time. So at second now is Mueller. 2 away. Dotzler, the high leg kick and a fastball high. The runner at third and the infield in. Dotzler still elected to pitch from the stretch. So once in a while you'll see someone go back to the full windup. Sophomore Nolan Dotzler trying to end this one. Here's the 1-0, and that fastball swinging a liner. That's a base hit right over Setzer at first. Rounding third is Mueller. He'll head for home, and the Mille Lacs Raiders have put together a crooked number here in the bottom of the fourth as Reamer sends one right over a leaping Jack Setzer for an RBI single, and it's 3-0 Raiders. For Reamer, that is his 9th driven in of the season. And Drake Bando, the first baseman, will step in with 2 outs and a runner at first. Three runs across, breaking the tie here in the home fourth for the Raiders. Bando grounded back, bounced one right back to Dotzler his first time up. First pitch, fastball, strike 0-1 to the junior first baseman. Reamer will take his lead at first. Not a big lead, Reamer, and he's being held by Setzer. The 0-1 and a swing and a miss. Bando swinging through a Dotzler fastball, 0-2. Dotzler not wasting any time on that rubber, ready to throw again. Here comes the 0-2 breaking ball, swinging a bouncer right back to Dotzler again. He'll run over towards first base, underhand, and 2 at-bats, 2 bounce outs to the pitcher by Drake Bando, and that retires the side. But not before the Raiders strike first here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, including back-to-back doubles to lead off the inning. There were no errors on the Gobblers and one Raider left on base. New score as we are through 4 innings. Great River Conference Baseball. It's Mille Lacs 3 and Aitkin nothing as we're back after this on yourliveevent.com.
Myopia, also known as nearsightedness. With children using digital devices more than ever before, that number is increasing. Dr. Kinzer and Dr. Hakes at the Eye Care Centers of Aitkin and McGregor want you to know that there are now safe, effective ways to slow myopia in children. Schedule an eye exam at the Eye Care Centers of Aitkin and McGregor or visit their website at eyecareaitkinmcgregor.com to learn more.
Since 1902, 5 generations of Haskamp Brothers well drilling have brought quality water to Aitkin and beyond. Whether you need well repairs or a new system for your home, cabin, or business, trust the local experts, licensed and experienced. Proud sponsors of Aitkin Gobbler sports and high school activities. Call Dennis, Teresa, or Chad at 218-927-3571 and let Haskamp Brothers get your water flowing.
Welcome back to Isle. Devin Kruger here with you. 4 innings in the books now, and the Mille Lacs Raiders have grabbed a 3-0 lead for their junior ace, Sam Habeisen. It'll be the top of the order for the Gobblers, so we'll see if the Gobblers can answer. That 4th inning was a heck of an inning for the Mille Lacs Raiders fans. A 1-2-3 top half and then a 3-run bottom of the bottom. So now see if the Gobblers can get that offense rolling again. And the first pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0 on Nolan Dotzler, who is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, grounded out to end the second. Gobblers stranded 6 runners on base through the first 3 innings. They have had their chances. Now here's a fastball swung left side, right past a diving Landon Reamer to left field as Nolan Dotzler with a nice start for the Gobblers in the top of the 5th. Sharp grounder right past the diving Reamer. And he's got his first hit of the day. And for the 4th time in 5 innings, Aitkin has the leadoff runner aboard. And now you're getting to the time of the game that you got to do something with it. And it looks like Dotzler's going to run for himself this time. They had a courtesy runner the first time, and now here's a turn and a quick throw by Habeisen, and Dotzler dives back. So now with a 3-0 deficit, Coach Jansen's going to leave Dotzler to run for himself. The Gobblers are warming up somebody in the bullpen as well. Leadoff runner on, trailing 3-0. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball just above the zone for John Pilarski. It's 1-0. The senior catcher, 1 for 2, reached on an error in the first, singled to lead off the third. Brandon Coons is warming up for the Gobblers. Here's the 1-0, swinging a foul back by Pilarski, 1-1. Leadoff runner on for Aitkin. Pilarski, a long look down at Coach Jansen, giving the signs this time. Bando trying to keep Dotzler a step closer. Habeisen, 1-1. Fastball, and that one passed. That was high heat and too high as getting to second is Dotzler on the wild pitch. Second wild pitch today against Habeisen, and now 2-1 the count to John Pilarski. Drew Paulbeck would be next, and he had a long fly for a single his last time up. 2 balls and a strike. Habeisen's pitch, a breaking ball down in the dirt, and of course, as you would expect, a catcher. Pilarski recognized that one easily and watched it all the way. 3-1 to Pilarski. Habeisen checks Dotzler at second, the kick and the pitch. That one upstairs, and Pilarski draws a walk. Second walk issued today by Sam Habeisen, and after the 1-2-3-4 for the 3rd time today, Aitkin has 2 on with nobody out. Well, and once again, they're going to keep the courtesy runner in the dugout. Pilarski will run for himself. Here's Drew Paulbeck, who hit a deep fly to right his last time up, and Ended up being just a single as Haybeisen misses high. Now the runner goes. The throw to third is not going to be in time. Dotzler coaxed the throw to second from Eric Harrington and then took off for third and swiped the bag. So it's runners at the corners now. Nobody out. 1-0 to Drew Paulbeck. Courtesy runner Martinson was on first when Paulbeck lifted it deep to right, but Martinson didn't take off and Paulbeck had to stop and ended up with a single. Pilarski goes, the 1-0, fastball taken, and the throw down to second cut off well in front of the bag by Mueller, so that'll be defensive indifference. And here we go again, Gobblers with a threat. Second and third, nobody out. Time is going to be called for Aitkin as heading to second. Pilarski had his cleat come untied, so you definitely want to check that out. Make sure he's all ready and laced up. Now a ball and strike as the senior shortstop Drew Paulbeck trying to deliver and see if the Gobblers can come up with an answer. Mille Lacs with 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. And we're in the top of the 5th. 3-0 Raiders. Now we're ready from the stretch, the 1-1, and Paulbeck lifts one to short center. This one's dropping fast. That one's going to land. Pilarski will head back to second as Dotzler comes in to score. Paulbeck delivers the RBI single, and Aitkin is on the board. Still nobody out. And now it's 3-1. Tying run is aboard for the Raiders. And stepping up to the plate is senior second baseman Jake McGuire. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today against Haybeisen. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Haybeisen, here's the switch. McGuire bunts. Dives right on the grass in the front. And Haybeisen's going to eat it. That ball was a short little pop off the bat, landed and just dropped dead right there in the grass. Haybeisen picked it up and did not have the confidence of throwing it, and Haybeisen's got an arm, but McGuire hustling down. Haybeisen didn't think he had the play at first, so he held onto it. McGuire gets the bunt single. Pilarski to third, Paulbeck to second. Nobody out, and a timeout and a visit to the mound for head coach Tyler Soderstrom. Mille Lacs had about as perfect of a 4th inning as you could ask for. A 1-2-3 top half defensively and then 3 runs in the bottom half. And the Gobblers have responded, at least so far. A leadoff single, a walk, a single, a bunt single. The bases are loaded. Nobody out and a run across for the Gobblers. Making it 3-1. Now the
number 14, Cole Trotter.
Timeout is all taken care of. Coach Soderstrom back to the dugout, and here is sophomore left fielder Cole Trotter, who is 1 for 2, an infield single in the first, a fielder's choice in the third. The infield is in. Haybeisen, fastball, swinging a bouncer. Haybeisen knocks it down. He picks, he throws a fur, throws it home, and they get the force at the plate. That one hopped out of Haybeisen's glove, but he had enough time to just get the speedy Pilarski. And Pilarski had his hands up for some reason. I'm not sure why. That throw beat him by plenty. So it's a force out at home. It's another fielder's choice for Trotter, who goes to 1 for 3 on the day. And here's Noah Jansen, who is 0 for 2. Bases loaded with 1 out. First pitch, and that one hit him. Fastball inside, and that's taken one for the team. That is an RBI hit by pitch by Noah Jansen. Second hit batter today by Haybeisen. That will force home Paulbeck. And it is a 1-run game with 1 out, and the base is still loaded for Aitkin.
Number 23, Jack Setzer.
I mean, that's one way to do it. Might get a bruise, but your team's going to love you for it. 3-2 Mille Lacs, and here's Jack Setzer in the first pitch. Inside for a ball. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Bases loaded. 7th batter of the inning. They started at the top. Infield still in. Here's the 1-0, and that one in for a strike. Setzer with a quick look back. He thought that was inside again. 1-1. Landon Reamer is on the bag at third, holding McGuire a step closer. Haybisen's 1-1, breaking ball in for a strike. That's a beauty of a bender he's got, 1-2. Aitkin dugout, lots of chatter, trying to keep this team up. Here's the 1-2, a breaking ball, and that one just below the zone. How Jack Setzer did not offer at that pitch, I may never know. That looked really good from Haybeisen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sometimes you get frozen on a pitch and it works out to your benefit. Haybeisen looks over at third. The 2-2 breaking ball, swing and a bouncer. Picked up at short. Mueller the throw home, and it's off the glove of Harrington. 1 run is in. Here comes Trotter. He'll slide in safe, and the Gobblers have the lead. It'll be a fielder's choice by Setzer. It was a force at home. That will be an error charged to the shortstop. That allows not only 1, but 2 runs in. And then Noah Jansen ends up at third. Setzer ends up at second. And Aitkin has taken the lead here in the top of the 5th. Mille got 3 in the bottom of the 4th. And now Aitkin leads 4-3. Still only 1 out. Hunter Moreland, the batter. Mille will keep the infield in. First base is open. Top of the 5th, and the pitch from Haybeisen, a fastball check swing by Moreland. It takes it high, 1-0. Setzer is now 0 for 2 on the day, but he's been on base twice. Moreland 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Haybeisen's 1-0, and that fastball high and wide, 2-0. Moreland's flyout in the 4th inning with 1 out. He hit it really well to the opposite field, but Justice Spengler able to track it down on the run. Moreland trying to keep the party going for the Gobblers. Here's the 2-0, breaking ball in for a strike. 2-1. Four-3 Gobblers, second and third with 1 out. Big response by Aitkin. Here's the pitch, fastball high, 3-1 to Moreland. Barring a double play, the Gobblers will bat around here in the top of the 5th. Carson Hopperstead due up next. 3-1. The kick, the pitch, breaking ball up high, and Moreland draws the walk. Third walk issued by Haybeisen. Now the bases are loaded, and now head coach Jeremy Jansen is going to call time because he wants to talk to Hopperstead, and Tyler Soderstrom is going to call time, and he's going to head out as well. And I believe this is the second visit. Is this? No, maybe it's the only first visit this inning. That's right. Aitkin had 2 on with nobody out in the 3rd. Now I'm questioning myself because as this is the second visit by Soderstrom, he has to make a pitching change. Haybeisen going to the 4+ innings so far. His pitch count certainly getting up there. Home plate umpire has his lineup card in his hand. And now the home plate umpire is talking to Coach Soderstrom, and I think this might have been the second visit this inning. Carson Hopperstead is the batter. Now they're going to have a conference. I know Coach Soderstrom had gone out earlier in this game, but sometimes in the thick of things, you don't always remember whether it was this inning or a previous inning. If this is the second trip this inning, he has to pull Haybeisen. And Coach Soderstrom, he's been at this a long time, and I think he's saying, not sure if he's saying that, well, maybe that I came out an earlier inning. I mean, Aitkin has had threats. They had 2 on with nobody out in the 1st, 2 on with nobody out in the 3rd, did not score. But now right after Mille scored the 3 runs, and now Coach Soderstrom is talking to Landon Reamer and Sam Haybeisen. Now there is, if this is the second time, he has to pull Haybeisen. Now he could put him back in at pitcher, but he's got to pull him for right now, and perhaps Coach Soderstrom didn't realize he had already gone out 1 time already. So Landon Reamer is warming up for the Mille Lacs Raiders As we'll take a break. Aitkin with a big response. They have the bases loaded, only one out. We're in the top of the fifth, and the Gobblers lead at 4-3 here on yourliveevent.com.
Cooperative, it's their mission to responsibly provide reliable, competitively priced energy, services, and products to meet the needs of their members and customers. To hear what's new, visit mlecmn.com. Read their latest newsletter to keep up with current news at the co-op. Smart Hub, access your account information 24/7. Find out other ways your Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative is serving its members. mlecmn.com.
Hi, I'm Roman, and my dad is a lineman at Crowing Power, the electrical company. He gets to drive a big white bucket truck and can climb power poles. That is pretty cool. Storms don't scare me. When the electricity goes off, my dad will fix it. He doesn't wear a cape, he wears a hard hat, and he is my hero. Happy National Lineman Day to my dad and all the others.
Crowing Power is your touchstone energy cooperative, giving you the power to power on.
Loading the
We are back. So Landon Reamer is the new pitcher for the Mille Lacs Raiders. Not sure if he's going to be pitching much. This is his 5th appearance of the year. ERA of 7. So Sam Habeisen is now at short. Josiah Mueller's at third. And the first pitch, swinging a number, third base side. Barehanded, the throw home in time. And Eric Harrington grabs his right leg just as sliding. It was Noah Jansen. It was no ill will. The throw, he had to reach in front of home plate, and Jansen came in and slid, and now Eric Harrington holding his right leg, and that is not good either. So Landon Reamer comes in and gets an out at home to keep it a 4-3 game. Good job by Josiah Mueller, who went from short to third, came charging in. Another 5-2 putout. Second time we've seen that in today's game, which is kind of odd. Setzer goes to third, Moreland to second. Hopperstead is on with the fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 3 on the day. But more importantly, again for Mille Lacs, and there it is. Landon Reamer threw to one batter. And now Sam Habeisen is heading back to the mound. Now, I have Habeisen at 92 pitches, so he's closing in on his limit anyway. That was one pitch thrown by Landon Reamer, and Mille Lacs can still make the switch back to Habeisen. I thought it was the second trip, yep. So now, 2 outs. Let's reset things. 2 outs, bases loaded for Aitkin. 4 runs are in, and the guy that got it all started, Nolan Dotzler, is back at the plate. Led off with a sharp single through the left side and came around to score. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Sam Habeisen right back in as pitcher, and the first pitch is down low in the dirt, ball 1. So Landon Reamer all of 1 pitch, and Habeisen back in, who had 92 when he had to get pulled for a batter. At third is Setzer, Moreland at second, Hopperstead at first. Here's the pitch, and a fastball half swing was a strike anyway, 1-1 on Dotzler. 2 down. Bando kind of half holding Hopperstead at first. Reamer is holding Setzer at, well, nope, he's not holding Setzer at third anymore. Here's the 1-1 from Habeisen. Breaking ball bouncer. It's scooped up at third. Reamer will step on the bag, and that will end the inning. Dotzler with a fielder's choice as Moreland is retired 5 unassisted on the base pads. But what a bounce back inning for the Aitkin Gobblers, as here in the top of the 5th, the Gobblers plate 4. They do it on, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 hits. There was 1 Raider error, and the Gobblers, for the second time today, left the bases loaded as a new score again as the Gobblers come back. It's 4-3 Aitkin, as we'll be back to the home 5th right after this on yourliveevent.com.
brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit Security State Insurance on the 2nd floor of the Security State Bank building in Aitkin.
Through 5. through 4.5, I should say, here in Isle. Scoreless through 3, but boy, has it changed now. Mille Lacs with 3 in the bottom of the 4th. Aitkin responds with 4 in the top of the 5th. In the bottom of the 5th inning, 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Mille Lacs Raiders. I have Sam Haybeisen with 94 pitches through officially now 4 2/3 of an inning, because that's going to mess up my score. Well, now, of course, if Landon Reamer comes back in, I'm just going to have to pay closer attention. That's all. Closer attention when I'm doing the stats at the end of the game. Gabe Heineck leads off against Noah Dotzler. 0 for 1 with a ground out. Takes down at the ankles 1-0. Heineck ground out in the 3rd. His first time up. 4-3 Aitkin in the bottom of the 5th. Dotzler winds and fires a fastball off the plate outside, 2-0. Dotzler in a pretty good spot. He had a 20-pitch 4th inning when the Raiders finally broke the scoreless tie. Only 56 through 4 innings. Now there's one in for a strike. Took something off, just a little off that one. It's 2-1 to Heineck. Dotzler ready to go, and the pitch swung on and missed. That was a breaking ball. It ended up bouncing off the plate, but he got Heineck fooled on that one. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man here in the 5th. Dotzler ready. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball off the plate, well off. Pilarski reaching out to snare that one. Full count to Heineck leading off the 5th. Dotzler ready. Here comes the payoff, and up high, but a swing and a miss, and it's strike 3, 1 away, as he got Heineck to chase the high heat. 3rd strikeout for Dotzler. Brings up the top of the order now, Wesley Harrington. Sam Haybeisen on deck.
Wesley Harrington.
Harrington 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out. He lined a pretty sharp one to McGuire at second his last time up. Nobody aboard, 1 away, bottom 5, and the first pitch from Dotzler, and that one upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to Harrington. Aitkin has a couple of guys playing catch. Not sure if it's anybody officially warming up now, and here's a swing and a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aitkin did have Brandon Coons warming up when Dotzler got tagged a little bit in the 4th inning. Looking smoother to start the 5th with the strikeout. Here comes the 1-1, and a breaking ball popped up foul. That'll get out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Raiders right fielder. On Monday, Mille Lacs will head up to Crosby Ironton. Aitkin will be at home against East Central. And now we have time from the plate umpire, as one of the Gobblers players was a little too far outside the dugout for the comfort level of the umps. Now the 1-2 from Dotzler. Breaking ball swung on, just tip foul. Got Harrington out in front of a bender and just able to tap it along the third base side to stay alive. Pilarski will give the target. Dotzler into the windup, and another 1-2. Fastball outside, 2-2. Wind has calmed down a little bit, still blowing a bit out to right field. As Dotzler's 2-2, fastball swing and a roller to Moreland at third. In on the grass, Moreland playing it well. The throw is low and unable to be picked up by Setzer. That'll be the the first error today charged against the Gobblers defense. And Wesley Harrington is on.
Now batting number 12, Sam Haybeisen.
Wesley, the team leader with 16 stolen bases. So the 1-run game, the tying run on in the home 5th. Don't be surprised if we see him take off. Here's Sam Haybeisen, who is 1 for 1, led off the 3-run 4th with a double to deep left center. First pitch, he squares up, pulls back, and takes a ball as Harrington stayed put at first. Outfielder's taking a step back. 4-3 Aitkin, 1 out, bottom 6. Dotzler checking the pitch, and that one off the plate outside. Habeisen gets in front, 2-0. A couple of Raiders just jogged back to the dugout, so Habeisen towards the end of his day on the mound. We'll see. Here's the 2-0 breaking ball, and Habeisen tipped it foul towards the Gobblers dugout. He waited on it, but just got a piece. 2-1. Looks like we have a ball that got a little too scuffed up. They're going to toss that one out. Wesley Harrington takes his lead over at first with Setzer holding. Dotzler looks over. 2-1. He goes, and it's a ball outside. Pilarski's throw to second is on the right field side, and Wesley Harrington's going to take off for third. Paulbeck's throw on the bounce. Moreland, the tag, not in time. Wesley Harrington slid on the outside side of the bag. Moreland thought he got the tag in time. That was a heck of a throw by Drew Paulbeck. They rule it safe, and that is going to be a stolen base. And then there's going to be an error charged on the throw that allows him to go to third. So Harrington reached on an error, steals second, goes to third on the error. And the count, it was a ball, so it's 3-1 to Sam Habeisen, and the tying runs at third with 1 out. Gobblers infield comes in again. Wesley Harrington, a step off of third. Here's Dotzler's 3-1. Habeisen swing and a miss. Got him in front of a change. That is a heck of a changeup by Dotzler. Just a sophomore, but boy, he has had some Mille Lacs hitters well in front of it. Now a full count to Habeisen. Dotzler ready. The pitch, and Habeisen bounces it right past the third baseline in fair territory. We're tied up. Habeisen digging for 2. The throw comes in, and that's the second double today by Sam Habeisen as he ties this game up. That one just inside the bag at third for the RBI double for Habeisen. Now he's got 16 runs batted in, aided by a couple of Gobbler errors. Although, to be fair, Harrington would have scored from second, and now we're going to have Jeremy Jens come on. I think we're going to have a pitching change for the Gobblers. Sam Habeisen, his second double of the day, drives in Wesley Harrington. We are tied at 4. And we're going to have a change for the Aitkin Gobblers. We will break. All tied up. I told you this was going to be a good one today. 4-4 in the bottom of the 5th, and the Raiders have the go-ahead run at second. We'll tell you about the new Gobblers pitcher when we come back on yourliveevent.com.
Shopping at Paulbeck's County Market is easy. Create an account at shop.paulbecks.com, set up a pickup date and time, and add items to your digital cart. Fresh cut meats, fresh produce, fresh bakery and deli, organic products, personal care items, vitamins, over-the-counter medicines, and more. Choose a 15-minute time slot for pickup, park in our specially signed parking stalls, and we'll deliver the groceries to your vehicle. To begin, go to shop.paulbecks.com.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter wishes all the area teams the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at vonhansens.com. We bring you the best.
Hi, this is Matt from Guide Point Pharmacy in Aitkin. With the fall season comes flu season. You can walk in anytime at Guide Point Pharmacy for a no-cost vaccine to protect yourself and those around you. We also have all of your over-the-counter immune boosters, throat lozenges, and cough medicine. Give Guide Point Pharmacy a call at 218-670-7120, or you can find us one block north of the lights in Aitkin. Let's build better health together.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today.
We welcome you back as Brandon Coons is the new Gobblers pitcher, and it looks like he's coming into the lineup for Jack Jacobson. Jacobson was at center field. Noah Jansen is the DH, so Jansen can still DH, and the first batter that Brandon Coons will face is Creedon Spengler, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a run scored in the fourth. We're tied at 4 in the bottom of the fifth. There's one out. Sam Haybeisen's at second for the Raiders. Brandon Coons, right-hander, fires a fastball high. 2-0 to Creedon Spengler. Coons is a junior. Noah Dotzler went out to center field. Everybody else the same for the Gobblers. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a high pop behind the plate. Pilarski gives it a look, and it's going to get out of play. 2 balls and a strike to the senior center fielder, Creedon Spengler. 1 out, bottom of the fifth. An error allowed Wesley Harrington aboard. Stole second, went to third on another error. And Sam Habeisen with the RBI double drove him in, tied up at 4. 3 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth for Mille Lacs. All 4 runs for the Gobblers came in the top half of this inning. Brandon Coons with the 2-1 and a breaking ball, and that one just wide. Oh, the ump just flashed 2-2, so whatever it is, it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Creedon Spengler. 1 away. Coons checking on Habeisen. Here it comes, and a breaking ball, and it's popped off the edge of the bat, and Pilarski didn't quite pick that one up fast enough. That one right off the handle. Pilarski didn't quite have a chance to go try to track that one down. It stays 2-2 to Creedon Spengler. Went back-to-back with doubles with Habeisen to start the scoring in the bottom of the fourth. Coons gives a look. Big lead. Here it comes. And a fastball swung on and missed. Coons pumping the fastball by Creedon Spengler for out number 2. Big out for Coons coming in.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 8.
And that's going to bring up Justice Spengler. Justin flew out to right his last time up. He's 0 for 2. Came in hitting .325. 4-4 game with 2 away. Habeisen at second. Here's the pitch from Coons. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So Coons coming in relief of Nolan Dotzler. Trying to keep the game tied. And now he's going to step off and look Habeisen back to second base. Again, both teams 5-1 in the conference. Here's the 0-1, and that one a called strike right across the midsection. Coons stayed with the fastball on that one. It's 0-2 to Justice Spengler. Left-handed batting Spengler in. Coons delivers the 0-2. Fastball swung on and fouled. Came with a fastball right at the top of the letters. Love the pitch selection there for Aitkin. And Justice did a nice job getting that bat up enough to foul it back. Coons checks in with Pilarski. Still 0-2. He's ready. Here it comes. Breaking ball swung on, and that one popped right over towards us, and that one is going to be a slide in. And caught by Hunter Moreland, sliding in to the dugout right underneath us. And the Gobblers celebrate a sensational sliding catch by the third baseman, Hunter Moreland. For Hunter, that's a little redemption. He committed the error that allowed Wesley Harrington on and came around to score, but he makes up for that with a tremendous sliding catch right underneath us into the dugout shed to end the bottom of the fifth inning. For the Raiders, a run unearned in the bottom of the fifth. On 1 hit, 2 Gobbler errors, and 1 runner left on base. We are through 5 in Isle, and a dandy as we expected. Tied at 4 as we come back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
The world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Neighborhood National Bank in Aitkin is comfortable and inviting, just like home. Neighborhood National Bank strives to make banking easier so you can focus on what's most important to you. Call 218-927-3716 or visit the website neighborhood.bank to learn more about the many products and services offered to fit all your financial needs. Neighborhood National Bank, supporting our Aitkin Gobblers, proudly with our friends and neighbors. Member FDIC.
We are back, and it's getting wild here in Isle on this Friday night in early May.
The Aitkin Gobblers in the top of the 6th inning.
It's a cool start to May. 2-3-4 due up for Aitkin. John Pilarski, Drew Paulbeck, Jake McGuire. Sam Habeisen is going to start the 6th inning. And the first pitch is a breaking ball outside, ball 1 to John Pilarski. 4 runs on 8 hits for Aitkin. 9 runners left on as Habeisen delivers a fastball. Look out, Pilarski had to duck underneath. Mille Lacs has committed 2 errors in the field. For Mille Lacs, 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 left on. And Aitkin's committed 2 errors in the field. Habeisen wild in this first at-bat in the top of the 6th. 3-0 for John Pilarski. I had Habeisen at 94 pitches to start the 5th inning, or 6th inning here. The 3-0 to Pilarski. Up high, it's a 4-pitch walk. And Pilarski, for the second time today, has drawn a walk. He's been on base all 4 times. He's going to run for himself. And it brings up Drew Paulbeck, who's 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. 4-4 here in the top of the 6th. So with that 4-pitch walk, they're keeping an eye. The daily limit for a pitcher is 105 pitches. Habeisen quickly approaching that. Pilarski with a good lead over at first with Bando covering. And now Habeisen will just take a quick step. 4-4 game. Paulbeck, a very good hitter, but Landon Reamer is going to play on the lip of the grass. Paulbeck squares up really early. Runner goes. The pitch. He pulls it back. The throw to second is going to be high and into center field. Creed Spengler backing it up, but it'll be a stolen base for Pilarski, and the Gobblers have their go-ahead run in the top of the 6th in scoring position. Ball 1 to Drew Paulbeck. Nope, correction. He called it a strike. It's 0-1. Thank you, umpire. I like when they do that. Give us a clear picture. 0-1 to Paulbeck. Runner at second, nobody out for Aitkin. Here's Habeisen and a breaking ball. That one in the dirt. Eric Harrington didn't field that one as clean as he could have. That's going to be a pass ball. It was kind of in the dirt, but it was right off the bottom of the glove of Harrington. 1-1, and now the Mille Lacs infield will have to come in. Runner at third for with Pilarski and nobody out. The 1-1, Paulbeck takes a fastball high, 2-1. This very well could be the final batter for Sam Habeisen. He's got a couple pitches to work with. Here's a step and a bluff of a throw over at third. Landon Reamer covering. Pilarski takes a couple steps backwards, gets his cleats in on the grass, just ahead of Coach Jeremy Jansen. Here's the 2-1. Paulbeck, fastball high, 3-1. Pilarski led the inning off by drawing a walk, making things happen on the base pads. 3-1 to Paulbeck. Habeisen fires, fastball popped up foul. Top of the zone, Paulbeck lifted it. Mille Lacs softball, by the way, got the win today, 14-8 over Pine River Bacchus. I thought runs were going to be a premium in this one. Not so much the case now. Just a heck of a battle. Payoff pitch for Paulbeck. Here it comes. Fastball swinging a high chopper in the hole between third and short. It sneaks through, and the Gobblers are back in front as Drew Paulbeck delivers an RBI single. His 3rd hit of the day. Pilarski will score, and the Gobblers lead it 5-4. Sam Habeisen right at the limit, but I think he's got, let's see, he's got 5, 6, 10. So I got him at 104. So he's at 104. So he can pitch to this next batter. 5-4. And the batter is Jake McGuire, who is 1 for 3 with a bunt single and a run scored in the 5th. Coach Jeremy Jansen will. And here comes McGuire stepping in. 5-4 Aitkin. Nobody out here in the top of inning number 6. And now time is called. I think they're checking. I had 94 to start the inning. I have them at 10 pitches in the inning. They're confirming that with the home team. They keep the official book. So Habeisen can do one more batter here today. It's going to be Jake McGuire. And now Habeisen steps off as Paul Beck was dancing off of first. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. It was scoreless through 3. Mille Lacs scored 3 in the bottom of the 4th. Aitkin 4 in the top of the 5th. Mille Lacs tied it up with 1 in the bottom half. And now here's a throw back over. And Habeisen trying to get Paul Beck an extra step off. So Mille Lacs got the 1 in the bottom of the 5th to tie it, and the Gobblers already have taken the lead back. Paul Beck with a close eye takes off, and the pitch. It's a called strike. The throw to second, and the hop, and Paul Beck underneath it. Good throw by Eric Harrington, but as the throw is to the third base side, Honeck reaching across, Paul Beck underneath the slide, swipes the bag. It's strike 1 to McGuire. That is the 4th stolen base today by the Gobblers. Both of these teams like to be aggressive on the base pads. So with nobody out, another runner in scoring position for the Gobblers, which, by the way, in the first 3 innings when it was scoreless, the Gobblers stranded 6 runners on base. 0-1 to McGuire. Honeck holding Paul Beck, who has a huge lead at second, and the pitch, fastball swung on and fouled back, 0-2. Habeisen going the distance today for his daily pitch limit. No balls, 2 strikes to McGuire. Here it is, and a swing and a miss. Went with high heat, and he's going to end his day with the 3rd strikeout of Jake McGuire. And now head coach Tyler Soderstrom is going to head out, and here comes the official switch, as it is going to be Landon Reamer back into pitch for the Mille Lacs Raiders. So for Sam Habeisen, he ends up going 5 innings because Reamer had to come in and pitch 1/3 of an inning after Coach Soderstrom went out to the mound twice. So let's see, that was 10, 13, 107 pitches for Sam Habeisen. 5 innings, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. Now, Drew Paulbeck is at second base. He is the responsibility of Habeisen. Habeisen will go to short. Mueller will head to third, and Reamer will pitch. Reamer threw only 1 pitch when he had to replace Habeisen in the 5th inning. And on that 1 pitch, he got a fielder's choice grounder, and then Habeisen came right back in. Habeisen with 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, 2 hit batters on his 107 pitches. So his line almost complete. So 1 out, top of the 6th. Aitkin with a 5-4 lead. We got Drew Paulbeck at second after his RBI single drove in John Pilarski. And here's Cole Trotter, who is 1 for 3, but he's been on base all 3 times, including a fielder's choice and a run scored in the Gobblers' 4-run 5th. 1 out in the top of the 6th here, and Reamer delivers a bender. It's inside, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Honeck with the dancing Paulbeck. There's a swing and a miss. Reamer doesn't quite have the velocity Bison, but threw that fastball right at the bottom of the zone. That was a fantastic location. Trotter swung over the top, 1-1. Brandon Coons, who came in to pitch for the Gobblers, is on deck. Here's the pitch, and a breaking ball swung on, and that one foul tip. Paulbeck has to stay at second. Paulbeck is ready to take off. That one just nicked the bat of Trotter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First meeting since 2017 between these two former and now back to being Great River Conference rivals. When Aitkin left the conference, these two teams did not play each other. Here's the 1-2, and here's a swinging liner, soft left field. That's down for a hit. Paulbeck rounding third. He'll head home. The throw is going to be late, and Eric Harrington cannot field it. Heading over to third, and standing at third will be Cole Trotter. It's going to be an RBI single for Trotter. He went to second on the throw, and then the throw misplayed by the catcher is going to be an error that allows him to go to third. Paulbeck scores for the second time today, and Aitkin pads the lead. It's 6-4, and they have a runner at third with only 1 out. And for the first time, Brandon Coons will step to the plate. Coons officially replacing Noah Jansen, the DH, in the batting order. And the first pitch, Coons, a swing and a pop. Right side, calling for it is the second baseman, and making the grab is Honick, and on a single pitch, Coons is retired, P4. No, Trotter has to stay at third, and now head coach Jeremy Jansen is stepping up as we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Gobblers. Kyler Ricola is a sophomore, and he is going to pinch hit for Jack Setzer. Setzer was 0 for 2 with a walk in a fielder's choice. So Trotter at third, 2 runs are in. Gobblers back in front, 6-4 in the top of the 6th. First pitch by Landon Reamer is a fastball high, 1-0 on Kyler Ricola. So the sophomore getting called into a big spot here, trying to tack on another insurance run for the Gobblers. On the road and out today. Here's the pitch. That one down in the dirt. That one hops past. Heading home, and Ricola won't have to put the ball in play as a wild pitch will allow Trotter to come in and score. And it's 7-4 Aitkin. The wild pitch brings in another run. Makes it 7-4. So the line on Bison.
Is it?
I got 7. And here is a swing and a miss. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. 2 outs in the top of the 6th for Ricola. Pinch hitting for Setzer. Here's the 2-1, and here's a liner foul. 2-2 as Ricola is well in front of that one. Ricola at the plate. Bases are empty now. The line on Bison is complete. Reamer breaking ball low and outside. Full count to Ricola. 107 pitches in 5 innings, 6 runs, 5 earned. As here's the pitch from Reamer. Swung on and missed. Ricola down on strikes, and the inning is over. But the Aitkin Gobblers regain the lead with 3 in the top of the 7th inning. 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Mille error and nobody left on base, as all 3 runs end up being earned. We will head to the bottom of inning number 6. Great River Conference Baseball. It is now Aitkin 7 and Mille 4. We're back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Miller Roofing. Roofing and siding. Windows and doors. More than 25 years of service. Roofing done right. Call 218-831-1907.
If you're looking for a local neighborhood bank, check out all that Security State Bank can do for you. Whether you're looking for personal banking or business banking services, Security State Bank can assist. Visit them at any of their convenient locations in downtown Aitkin, Garrison, Grand Marais, or Paulbecks County Market. Learn more online at ssbmn.com. Since 1947, Security State Bank has been serving this community. Security State Bank, member FDIC.
Mille Raiders in the bottom of the sixth.
Bottom of the sixth inning. And Josiah Mueller, who started at shortstop, now at third base for the Raiders, will lead things off against Brandon Coons. It's 5-6-7 in the Mille order, and the first pitch is a fastball missing low and inside 1-0. Eric Harrington, Landon Reamer also due up. Sam Habeisen, 107 pitches through 5 innings, 6 runs on 5 hits. 6 runs, 5 earned on 9 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 4 walks. As Josiah Mueller fouls it back, it's 1-1. Nolan Dotzer went 4 1/3 in his start today for Aitkin. Coons winds, and the 1-1 breaking ball slides over for a strike. 1-2 to Mueller. Leadoff batter in the home sixth. We've had 4 straight half innings of at least 1 run coming across as Coons misses with a fastball low, 2-2. Coons came in the 5th when the Raiders tied it up and got back-to-back outs to start his day. Here's the 2-2, breaking ball low and inside. Good hold by Mueller, and the count goes full. Each team has had 1-1-2-3 inning out in the field today. Here's the payoff, and a fastball, and it's outside. It's a leadoff walk to Josiah Mueller. Aitkin dugout and fans wanted the called third strike, but it missed the zone, and the Raiders get some early business here. Down 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Eric Harrington, who's 1 for 2, singled back in the 2nd. Mueller 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored so far today. He's on first. The first pitch, here's a square for the bunt, the throw down to second, and Paulbeck the tag, not in time. Bang, bang, play at second. Pilarski with an absolute dart. It was a touch high, and Paulbeck trying to slap the tag down. Called strike, but Mueller gets the stolen bag, just the 2nd stolen base for the Raiders today. For Mueller, that was his 9th. And after Eric Harrington squared up and pulled it back, he's back at it again. It's 0-1. 7-4 Gobblers. Here's the pitch. And that one inside. I thought that hit him. Boy, I thought I heard something. 1 ball, 1 strike. Okay, that's pretty weird that both of us thought we heard something and that wasn't a call. It wasn't a. And Eric, to his credit, he didn't act like it hit him either. Here's the 1-1 by Coons, swinging a little one off the handle. Pilarski running, diving, can't quite get it. Good hustle by Pilarski, but it falls in foul territory, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Raiders catcher. 7-4, scoreless through 3, 4 straight half innings after, well, actually was scoreless through 3.5. We've had at least 1 run in each of the last 4 half innings. The 2 teams' offenses have come alive. Here's the 1-2 from Coons, and a called strike 3 on the outside edge. Eric Harrington gets rung up as Brandon Coons picks up his 2nd strikeout, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Landon Reamer.
Number 16, Landon Reamer.
Who is 1 for 2, had an RBI single right over the leaping Jack Setzer at first at the time. Ricola is staying in the game. Ricola is at first base for the Gobblers. And the first pitch misses, 1-0 to Landon Reamer. So Ricola at first for the Gobblers defense. Josiah Mueller at second for the Mille Raiders with 1 out. The pitch on a breaking ball in for a strike. Good curveball sent in by Brandon Coons. 1-1 the count. 1 out. Coons gets what he wants from Pilarski. Here's the kick and the pitch. That one down in the dirt. And a good block by Pilarski, keeping Josiah Mueller at second. Well, of course, that run doesn't really mean much of anything for the Gobblers with a 3-run lead. They're not paying too much attention to Mueller at second. Much more focused on getting those important outs. 2-1 to Landon Reamer, and a breaking ball on that one stays high. 3-1. Reamer showing some good patience there in the box as Coons falls behind. Now a step and a quick throw back to second. Sneaking in was McGuire, but Mueller wasn't straying too far off the bag. He's able to scurry back quickly. Still 3-1. Coons, the step and the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Reamer was behind it. Full count. Only meeting this year between these two Great River Conference matchups are teams. There's 10 teams in the conference, so they only play each other once. Here's a full count pitch. Swung on and missed. Coons with back-to-back strikeouts. Second strikeout today for Landon Reamer. And now here's Drake Bando. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of bounce outs. He faced Dotzler twice, and both times bounced one right back to him. 7-4, Aitkin in front. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And a first pitch strike to Drake Bando, the number 8 batter. It's 0-1. Mueller, a leadoff walk, and he stole second, just beating the John Pilarski throw. Here's the 0-1, and that is called strike 2. Bando quickly behind 0-2 as Coons hammering the strike zone. Coons not wasting any time. Gets the one he wants. The 0-2, and that one called strike 3 at the bottom of the zone, and 3 straight strikeouts for Brandon Coons. Ends the inning for the Mille Lacs Raiders. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We are through 6th here in Isle. It is Aitkin 7 and Mille Lacs 4 on yourliveevent.com.
Summary for Mille Lacs Raiders.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Hi. I'm Susan Schmidt at First Western Bank. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day roles to best serve our community. We know the area high school athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this season. Be safe on the court, rink, field, and in the gym. We look forward to watching you succeed. We're not just here for you, we are you. First Western Bank. You can bank on us. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We head to the 7th with the Aitkin Gobblers leading the Mille Lacs Raiders here on yourliveevent.com. 7-4. Devin Kruger with you. We expected a real good one, and we have gotten it. Aitkin 5-3 overall, 5-1 in the conference. Mille Lacs 8-4 overall, 5-1 in the conference. 8-9-1 for the Gobblers here in the top half of the 7th. Hunter Moreland. Then it looks like a pinch hitter, Braxton Hughes. And then the top of the order in Nolan Dotzler. Mille Lacs will have 9-1-2 due up in the bottom of the 7th. Landon Reamer pitching for Mille Lacs in relief of the starter Sam Haybison. Haybison allowing 6 of the Gobblers' runs. 5 earned. Landon Reamer. First pitch to Moreland, swung on and fouled straight back 0-1. Moreland so far 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, a flyout, and a walk. And he leads off the 7th with the Gobblers holding a 3-run advantage. Reamer sets, and this one misses down low, 1-1. 8-year gap in between years that these two teams played. Now back as Great River Conference foes. Here's a 1-1 breaking ball. That one falls short of the zone. 2-1 now. And both teams coming in 5-1 in conference play. Rush City and Ogilvy at 6-1, leading the conference. Here's a 2-1 fastball low. 3-1 to Hunter Moreland, who made a sensational sliding catch in foul territory right underneath us to end the 5th inning. Here's the 3-1, and that one is outside, and Hunter Moreland draws a walk for the second time today. So now it'll be just keeping track of my strikeouts and walks from Landon Reamer, as Braxton Hughes will step in as a pinch hitter.
Braxton Hughes.
Well, so far in this one, Hughes ran as a courtesy runner back in the 1st inning for Nolan Dotzler, was stranded at 3rd. Now he makes his return here in the top of the 7th inning for Coach Jeremy Jansen and the Gobblers. Pinch hitting for Carson Hopperstead, who is 0 for 3 with a fielder's choice. We also have a pinch runner over at first base. Now the runner goes. First pitch is a called strike. The throw down to second is high and sliding underneath, safe. And that was, he courtesy ran earlier in this game as well. Courtesy running was Adam Martinson. So Martinson, pinch running for Hunter Moreland, swipes second base. The 5th stolen bag for the Gobblers today. It is strike 1 on Braxton Hughes. 7-4 Gobblers, nobody out in the top of the 7th. Landon Reamer pitching for the Raiders, and here's a breaking ball, a grounder to the left side. Picked up at 3rd. The throw to first is high, and it's over the head of Bando. Rounding 3rd is Martinson. Coach Jansen puts the brakes on. It'll be 2nd and 3rd as the Gobblers try to tack on to their lead. That will be an error for the Raiders. Their 4th of the game. And the Gobblers have a chance to blow this open a little bit as we go to the top of the order, and Nolan Dotzler,
Number 21.
who started as the pitcher for the Gobblers and is now out in center field. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out for Aitkin, top of the 7th with a 7-4 lead. Landon Reamer's first pitch is a fastball high, 1-0 to Dotzler. Pinch runner Martinson at 2nd, and then the pinch hitter Hughes at second, and now Dotzler gets hit. 2nd time today that Nolan Dotzler has been plunked by a pitch, and Aitkin has loaded the bases with nobody out in the top of the 7th, already leading by 3. So Martinson is at 3rd, Hughes is at 2nd, Hughes at 2nd, and Dotzler at 1st for John Pilarski. 1 for 2 with a pair of walks and a run scored. Infield is in. The pitch from Reamer. Swung on and hit to left. Justice Spengler running over. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Martinson. He will score as the Gobblers add to the lead on the RBI sac fly by John Pilarski. Wasting no time. Pilarski lifting it out to center. Martinson scores. The RBI sac fly for Pilarski. He's had himself a heck of a day. And it is 8-4 in favor of Aitkin. Runners at 1st and 2nd now with 1 out for Paulbeck, who is 3 for 4 with a pair of RBIs and a pair of runs scored. Gobblers padding the lead in the top of the 8th. Reamer's first pitch, swinging a liner to center and a base hit. Hughes rounding 3rd. He will score. The throw coming in will be cut off. And Paulbeck delivers his 3rd RBI of the day as the Gobblers are pulling ahead 4 for 5 with a pair of RBIs for Drew Paulbeck. Hughes comes in to score. Did I say a pair? A pair of 3 RBIs on the day for Paulbeck. 9-4 Aitkin.
Batting for Aitkin, number 3, Jake
1st and
McGuire.
2nd again as Dotzler moves up to second base. Here's Jake McGuire, 1 for 3 with a bunt single and a run scored. The pitch, and that one misses ball 1 from Landon Reamer. Aitkin was scoreless through 4 innings. 4 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and they're hoping they're not done yet. Mille Lacs rallied on Tuesday, but a much bigger hole here today as there's a check swing on a pitch high, 2-0 to McGuire. Coach Soderstrom did say this is the first of 4 straight games or 5 straight games for Mille Lacs against double-A schools. Here's a 2-0, and that one inside, 3-0 to McGuire. Landon Reamer, in his 5th game of the year, came into this one 10 walks versus 8 strikeouts, and now time is called, and there is a balk on Landon Reamer. Umpire explaining what he did, and that will be a balk that allows the runners to advance. So now 2nd and 3rd for Aitkin, and it's still a 3-0 count to Jake McGuire. And following the game, we'll do the notes, numbers, and the awards. Stick around for that. 3 balls, no strikes, and the pitch to McGuire in the dirt. It's a 4-pitch walk. Second walk issued by Landon Reamer of the inning. And now it's bases loaded with 1 out, 7th batter of the inning in Cole Trotter. Trotter with a pair of hits today. Infield single in the 1st, RBI single, and a run scored in the 6th. Infield is in for the Raiders. First pitch, swing and a bouncer, and that one is just wide of the bag, foul at 3rd. Strike 1 to Cole Trotter. Put that one just wide of the bag as Josiah Mueller was heading over to try to maybe backhand that. Reamer ready. Here's the 0-1, and that one low and outside. Good take by Trotter, 1-1. Reamer doing a little dirt work out by the rubber. 2 runs already in for the Gobblers, who have expanded the lead to 9-4. The 1-1, and that one in for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the sophomore left fielder. Brandon Coons is on deck for Aitkin. Reamer is ready. The 1-2, and that one low and outside. Eric Harrington with a nice backhand that keeps the game for now at 9-4. Dotzler's at 3rd, Paulbeck's at 2nd, McGuire's at 1st. Here's the step in the 2-2, swinging a fly to center. Crean Spengler racing back still, makes the catch. Dotzler will tag and score, and that is 2 sacrifice fly RBIs for the Aitkin Gobblers here in the top of the 7th inning. That is excellent, excellent work for those hitters to get the ball out of the infield and drive in more runs. Dotzler scores for the 2nd time as it's now 10-4 in favor of the Gobblers.
Batting for Aitkin, number 42.
2 outs now, and here's Brandon Coons, 8th batter of the inning. Had his first plate appearance last inning and popped out to 2nd. That was against Reamer. Paulbeck at 2nd, McGuire at 1st with 2 away. And now here's a step and a throwback, and Reamer actually fell, and the ball goes into center field. Paulbeck will head to 3rd, and the throw into 2nd, and sliding in behind it is McGuire. That will be an error charge to the pitcher. Landon Reamer threw back behind Paulbeck, and he slipped a little bit, so the ball hit the dirt in front of the bag and skipped to center field. So now 2nd and 3rd for the Gobblers as they advance. 5th error of the game against Mille Lacs. First, and here's a pitch to the 2nd. Picked up by Honick. The throw to 1st to Bando is in time to get Coons, and the side is retired. But the Gobblers expand the lead here in the top of the 7th inning, plating 3 more. They did it with just 1 hit. There was a pair of walks, a hit batsman, 2 errors committed by the Raiders, and 2 runners left on base. The Raiders will head to the bottom of the 7th, down by 6. It's 10-4 Aitkin here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Real Estate, a locally owned and operated company, is one of the leading real estate sales companies in Aitkin County. Cummings Jansen Real Estate remains one of the most reputable agencies in the area. They specialize in residential, lakeshore and cabins, land and acreage, as well as commercial properties. Plus, they offer Jansen Auctioneer Services, one of the most popular auction services in the area. For Cummings Jansen Realtors, call 927-6258, and for Jansen Auctioneer Services, call 927-4488. Cummings Jansen, your hometown realtor.
Located on the south end of Mille Lacs Lake, Onamia High School is a place where content-rich academics, a healthy and supportive learning environment, outstanding technical education electives, and vast extracurricular activities all collide to create students that are ready to tackle the challenges of the future and fulfill their greatest potential. Onamia High School, where every day counts. And Onamia High School says, "Go Raiders!"
The Mille Lacs Lake area is like nowhere else. It's a great place to live, a great place to visit, and a great place to stay healthy. Thanks to the Mille Lacs Health System, the right care for you, right by you. The Mille Lacs Health System is staffed with highly skilled medical professionals who provide the expertise you expect, the reassurance you seek, and the compassion you deserve. We provide outpatient services to treat severe or chronic conditions with infusion therapy. That includes chemotherapy, hydration, and blood transfusions, plus injections for substance abuse and osteoporosis. There are a full range of modern healthcare services with 5 convenient family medicine clinics located in Onamia, Isle, Garrison, Hillman, and Malacca. Get the personalized healthcare you need from people who get you. Mille Lacs Health System, the right care for you, right by you.
We go to the bottom of the 7th, and pinch hitter sophomore Evan Reamer will lead things off against Brandon Coons. He fouls it back. Evan is a sophomore. He's batting for Gabe Honick. Brandon Coons in line for the win. Came in as it was tied, and he gets a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Reamer way out in front. Bottom of the 7th inning, and Aitkin leading 10-4 in this Great River Conference matchup, first since 2017. Here's a bender, and that one stays way above. 1-2 to Evan Reamer. Batting in the number 9 spot, and then the top of the order, Wesley Harrington and Sam Habeisen. Mille Lacs Raiders have a lot of work to do here in the bottom of the 7th, down by 6. Here's the 1-2 from Coons. Fastball, and that one just missed. Gobbler fans thought he had it. 2-2. Mille Lacs softball got the win 14-8 over Pine River Bacchus here in Isle today. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts for Brandon Coons. Came in relief to Nolan Dotzler, who had the start. 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. Mille Lacs rallied for the win Tuesday, trailing in the bottom of the 7th, but that was a little different. They're only down by 2. Down by 6 here. Here's Wesley Harrington, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball in for a strike. Harrington is 0 for 3. He reached on an error and scored in the 5th. Nobody on, 1 out. Here's a fastball, and that one just below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike to the right fielder. Hunter Moreland playing a couple of steps inside the bag at third. Coons not wasting time. The 1-1 on the windup, and he got him out in front. Harrington fouls it off. That one was dropping fast and would have been ball 2. Instead, it's 1-2. The Gobblers can close this one out. We'll do the post-game recap next on a cool, cloudy day. The 1-2 from Coons. Breaking ball swung and foul tipped again by Wesley Harrington. The JV players are all warming up, and they're thinking, come on, guys, you're wasting valuable sunlight for us to play. The Raiders want to come back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Coons. Fastball swung on and lifted to center. And Nolan Dotzler, patrolling center now, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. And that brings up Sam Habeisen, who is 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles today. An RBI and a run scored. He walked back in the first. Sitting there at 2-2 with nobody on and 2 outs. Aitkin with a 10-4 lead. Coons delivers on a first pitch fastball off the handle, and Coons makes the catch on the little soft liner, and that will end it. Haybison retired on a pitch, and the Aitkin Gobblers will win this matchup. The first meeting between the Raiders and Gobblers since 2017, and the Mille Lacs Raiders go down in order in the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. It is a final today from Isle as the Aitkin Gobblers get the win by the final score of 10-4. Mille Lacs will fall to 8-5 overall, 5-2 in the conference. The Gobblers will go to 6-3 overall, 6-1 in Great River Conference play. The post-game recap is coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
And you can be with quality apparel and custom designs from Real Design. From screen print and embroidery to custom art, the Real Design team turns your vision into finished garments everyone will be proud to wear. Visit realdesigninc.com and check out their online fan store featuring apparel for your school, business, or fundraiser. Call 320-364-0092 or visit their office in downtown Isle and always online at realdesigninc.com.
It's agreed, education is the key to success. At Isle High School, their mission is to empower learners with lifelong skills to succeed. Athletics also plays an important role in a student's development, with participating athletes learning life lessons along the way. Isle High School is proud to be one half of the Mille Lacs Raiders Athletic Co-op. Located on the shores of beautiful Mille Lacs Lake, Isle High School offers students a great environment to learn, working together as a group or individually. Go Raiders!
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Miller Trucking in Isle is the only call to make when you need someone to haul your freight. Miller Trucking has served the area since 1973. Call David or Nancy Miller at 320-676-3421. Miller Trucking of Isle wishes the Mille Lacs Raiders good luck. Quality service makes the difference. Those are the words Oberfeld Insurance in Isle lives by. Complete customer service when it comes to your insurance needs. Whether you're looking for auto, homeowners, commercial, life, or health insurance, Oberfeld Insurance works with dozens of insurance companies, getting you the best coverage with the best company at the best price. To learn more, visit oberfeldinsurance.com or call 320-676-3267.
When you get that rumble in your belly, make your way to Smoke and Mortars Barbecue and Meat Market in Isle. Proud supporters of Mille Lacs Raider Sports. Smoke and Mortars Barbecue offers daily smoke specials, which are posted on Facebook. Need something quick while you're on the go? Grab a sandwich from the deli or beef sticks and jerky. Smoke and Mortars Barbecue and Meat Market. Open Wednesday and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. In the old Dairy Vi on Highway 47 South in Isle.
Welcome back to Isle. Devin Kruger here with you. Not quite as close as I anticipated, but it was pretty close till the very end. Aitkin gets the victory 10-4 over the Mille Lacs Raiders here on YourLiveEvent.com. Taking you through the scoring of this one. We were scoreless through 3.5. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Mille Lacs led the bottom of the 4th with back-to-back doubles. Sam Haybison and Creedon Spengler scored 3 runs on 4 hits and grabbed the early lead. The Raiders were pumped up, but the Gobblers with a quick response. 4 runs in the top of the 5th. They batted 10. They had the 4 runs on just 3 hits. A walk and an error helped the some fielders' choices as well. But either way, the Gobblers took the lead 4-3. Mille Lacs answered with a run in the bottom of the 5th, and it was 4-4 heading to the 6th. But then the Aitkin Gobblers with 6 unanswered runs, 3 in the 6th on 2 hits, and then 3 in the 7th on just 1 hit. And the Aitkin Gobblers come away with the win, 10-4. Looking at the pitching for this one, taking the loss will be Sam Haybison. He went 5 innings for the Mille Lacs Raiders, allowed 6 runs, 5 earned on 9 hits. He struck out 7 and walked 4. And then Landon Reamer also got some innings in. He went 2 innings, allowed 4 runs, 2 earned on 2 hits, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. For Aitkin, Nolan Dotzler got the win. He gets a no decision. He goes 4 1/3, allowed 4 runs, 3 earned on 6 hits, did not walk a batter, and struck out 3. Brandon Coons picks up the win, 2 2/3, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. In the hitting department for the Mille Lacs Raiders, 4 runs on 6 hits. They committed 5 errors in the field, and they left 4 runners stranded. Wesley Harrington at the top was 0 for 4 with a run scored. Sam Habeisen 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles, an RBI and a run. Creedon Spengler 1 for 3 with a RBI double and a run scored. Justice Spengler was 0 for 3. Josiah Mueller 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Eric Harrington was 1 for 3. Landon Reamer 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Drake Bando was 0 for 3. Gabe Honig was 0 for 2. And in a pinch hit spot, Evan Reamer was 0 for 1. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Mille Lacs Raiders. For the Aitkin Gobblers, 10 runs on 11 hits, 2 fielding errors, 11 runners stranded on base. The Gobblers had no runs and 6 runners left on base through the first 3 innings. But they were able to turn it around, again, scoring big in the last 3 innings of the game today. 10 runs on 11 hits. At the top, Nolan Dotzler 1 for 3 with a pair of runs scored. He was on base 4 times. John Pilarski 1 for 2, but he was on base 4 times, and he had a sac fly RBI as well. He had an RBI as well as a run scored. Drew Paulbeck 4 for 5. He reached base 4 out of the 5 times. 4 for 5, 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Outstanding day for him. Jake McGuire 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Cole Trotter was 2 for 4. He was on base 4 times. 2 for 4 with a pair of RBIs and a pair of runs scored. Noah Jansen as a DH was 0 for 2 with an RBI hit by pitch. Brandon Coons came in to pitch, and he ended up going 0 for 2 at the plate. Jack Setzer went 0 for 2 with a walk. Kyle Ricola came in and went 0 for 1. Hunter Moreland was 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. A pinch runner, Martinson, came in to score a run. And Carson Hopperstead at the bottom of the order, he was 0 for 3. And then Braxton Hughes came in and was 0 for 1, reaching on an error, but came around to score. It was 10 runs. 10 runs on 11 hits for the Aitkin Gobblers. Gobblers get the victory today, 10-4. We got interviews, and of course, we've got our post-game award winners also coming up as the Gobblers get the Great River Conference win here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Cooperative, it's their mission to responsibly provide reliable, competitively priced energy, services, and products to meet the needs of their members and customers. To hear what's new, visit MLECMN.com. Read their latest newsletter to keep up with current news at the co-op. Smart Hub, access your account information 24/7. Find out other ways your Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative is serving its members. MLECMN.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or repair to your vehicle? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 85 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com. Go Gobblers!
1 in 4 children have myopia, also known as nearsightedness. With children using digital devices more than ever before, that number is increasing. Dr. Kinzer and Dr. Hakes at the Eye Care Centers of Aitkin and McGregor want you to know that there are now safe, effective ways to slow myopia in children. Schedule an eye exam at the Eye Care Centers of Aitkin and McGregor or visit their website at eyecareaitkinmcgregor.com to learn more.
We are back here in Isle. Devin Kruger with you as the Aitkin Gobblers get the victory 10-4 over the Mille Lacs Raiders. Joining us is Tyler Soderstrom, head coach for the Mille Lacs Raiders. And I mean, scoreless through 3.5. You get on the board first. I mean, there was certainly some great positivity. You got on a lot of jams early in this one. Things just turned, and the Gobblers' offense got some things going at the back end of the game. I mean, overall, from your vantage point, Tyler, what did you like? What did you see as kind of the key points of the game today?
Yeah, kind of like you said, I mean, Aitkin, first of all, like they're just solid 1 through 9. They have a good lineup. They are tough all the way through. So, like you said, we did a nice job. Sam worked out with some jams in those early innings, leaving a couple guys on base here and there. So I was really happy to see that. We played solid defense behind him for those first 4 innings or so. Like you said, things fell apart a little bit towards the end there, especially once Sam hit his pitch count and had to come out of the game. But all in all, Aitkin is probably the toughest team we'll see this year. They are solid. They're a good team, and it's good for us to play tough opponents like that. And we played them close for most of the game, at least.
I mean, you made some good plays. Obviously, Justice Spengler, the running catch out in left field, pretty solid. And offensively, I mean, you got some bats around against one of their key guys. What are some of the biggest things as you look to improve and move forward after you can play a team like this? What did it show you for the biggest things that you want the Raiders to improve on as you get into that that back part of the season?
Well, obviously finishing games. I mean, we played 5 good innings against them, but we need to finish games too, and we can't be content with losing games by 5 or 6 runs and just having to lead after 4 or 5 innings. So, I think that'd be the biggest thing. But like you said, playing good teams like this will make us better, especially when we get into the playoffs and we're playing, other Class A teams, schools our size.
And one of the things that you had that instance where you went out twice and you had to pull Habeisen. You've coached. You get around the games and it's an easy thing. Have you done that before, Tyler?
No, like I said, that was just lost track of things, lost count. Kind of, it was a long inning. Kind of. So yeah, that was on me. That was my mistake. But give credit to Lanning. He did a nice job there. He came in, threw 1 pitch, cut the out, and we put Sam back in there, so yeah.
Well, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. Not to, I mean, you and I know each other well enough. I knew you'd take that in stride, but it seemed like it was interesting from calling the game because Sam was so close to the pitch count limit anyway that it was interesting because I could kind of tell the way you were talking to the players, talking to the ump. You were kind of wondering, does he need to throw a single pitch? I'm guessing he has to face 1 batter officially before he can make that switch. What were you looking at in that situation?
Yeah, one pitch ended up being the batter, so I didn't have to make this. I was going to leave him in for that whole batter, though. I mean,
Is it technically just one pitch he has to throw?
I think it would just be 1 pitch that he has to throw. Yeah, but yeah, that was a different one. Like I said, I've never had that happen before. That was unintentional, but yeah.
Well, and again, obviously, a tough game, and Aitkin gets a couple of big innings on you, but still, I think that from what I saw and knowing what you have with this team, Tyler, still some really nice things and some things to build on. You talked about this being a start of a string against Double-A teams. So how does that play into your strategies over this next week and just being the part of the season that you're in to try to make sure this Raiders team can really be on track?
I told the guys, more than anything, it's good for us to be seeing these kind of opponents at this point of the season. We're closing in on playoffs, so we want to see these 2A guys. We want to have Sam be challenged, with some good lineups, because again, it doesn't help, us. It doesn't help Sam as a pitcher to just face lineups that he can just, blow the ball by them, you know? So it's good for him to have to work for outs against a good lineup like this, and I think that's going to make us better in the long run. And same thing for our other pitchers. Josiah Mueller's kind of been our number 2 pitcher most of the year. It's going to be good for him to see some of these tougher lineups as well next year. So like I said, I think this is the right time of the year for us to be kind of playing this tough stretch of opponents.
Really fun to be down here today. Certainly hope it won't be too long before I see you and the guys again. Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thanks, Devin.
Tyler Sanderstrom, head coach for the Mille Lacs Raiders. As he joins us, we'll take a quick break, and I believe we have Coach Jeremy Jansen and at least one of our post-game award winners for the Gobblers coming up next. 10-4, Gobblers get the win on yourliveevent.com.
Since 1902, 5 generations of Haskamp Brothers Well Drilling have brought quality water to Aitkin and beyond. Whether you need well repairs or a new system for your home, cabin, or business, trust the local experts, licensed and experienced. Proud sponsors of Aitkin Gobbler sports and high school activities. Call Dennis, Teresa, or Chad at 218-927-3571 and let Haskamp Brothers get your water flowing.
At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, it's their mission to responsibly provide reliable, competitively priced energy, services, and products to meet the needs of their members and customers. To hear what's new, visit mlecmn.com. Read their latest newsletter to keep up with current news at the co-op. Smart Hub, access your account information 24/7. Find out other ways your Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative is serving its members. mlecmn.com.
Hi, I'm Roman, and my dad is a lineman at Crowing Power, the electrical company. He gets to drive a big white bucket truck and can climb power poles. That is pretty cool. Storms don't scare me. When the electricity goes off, my dad will fix it. He doesn't wear a cape, he wears a hard hat, and he is my hero. Happy National Lineman Day to my dad and all the others.
Crowing Power is your touchstone energy cooperative, giving you the power to power on.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit Security State Insurance on the second floor of the Security State Bank building in Aitkin.
We are back here on YourLiveEvent.com as it's a 10-4 win for the Gobblers, and we're starting with our post-game award winners as stepping up first is our big deal for today's game, which is brought to you by Atwater Chevrolet GMC in Aitkin, Riverwood Healthcare Centers, the Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products in Brainerd, Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter, Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd, Donlinger Automotive in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, and Liljenquist Sewer and Excavating out of Aitkin. And today's big deal for the Gobblers is senior shortstop Drew Paulbeck, 4 for 5 at the plate, 3 RBIs, a couple of runs scored. That is a heck of a day at the plate, young man. Congratulations on a fine game.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, of course, you guys as the players don't remember the last time that the Gobblers played Mille Lacs in baseball. Coach, well, it's been quite a while, but coming down here, knowing you had a good battle in front of you, what were some of the things that you guys wanted to key on?
Oh, well, we wanted to come out early. We wanted to act like we were playing the whole day, although the weather wasn't the best. We had a game canceled yesterday. We still wanted our guys so locked in on this game, and it was going to happen, so we preached that throughout the day. And then on the bus ride here even, we started a new thing a couple games ago, maybe 4. Road games, 30 minutes from the field, we take the phones away, and ever since then, although our start today wasn't perfect, we had guys on base, just didn't execute until those later innings, but it's got us a lot more locked in, I think.
Well, and you brought up what I was going to bring up because I'm going to get coaches, his vantage point on it. But from the player standpoint, 3 innings, no runs. You had base runners on every inning. How was it frustrating at all, or was it more of a feeling of you knew they would come as the game went on?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely frustrating. Another thing that we were preaching before this game is we got to find the breaking point. And once we find that breaking point, we can build off that and become more confident in our game. And I think once we found that, we broke through a little bit. Ever since then, the guys were going.
6-3, you've got plenty of season ahead of you. With some of those struggles and being able to work through them and come back and win pretty comfortably at the end by stringing together big innings. What are you hoping a game like this, as one of the senior leaders, what are you hoping a game like this will do for this team going forward?
I hope we can build off of it. I hope confidence grows from it, and we know. I mean, even earlier in the season, it kind of felt like, you get to those later innings and, the game's over. For example, Marshall, we were down 1-0 the entire game up until the 5th inning. And then right as they had those, they put up 2 more runs. So 3-0, and we almost just died. And now this game, I believe it was 3-0 in the 5th. 3-0. Going into the 5th. And we proved to ourselves that a 3-0 game is more than comebackable.
Well, again, it might be now, but nonetheless, a really good run. Obviously, a great finish for the Gobblers. Just really fun watching what you did at the plate today. Congratulations and best of luck going forward.
Thoughts on trademarking comebackable?
There you go. It'll be on the back of your back to your warm-up shirts now.
I like it.
Print it.
Good idea.
Do it.
Good idea.
Drew Paulbeck, our big deal of the game for the Gobblers 10-4 win. We'll have him pass it along to our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. Enbridge thanks you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project. Construction is complete on the new and safer pipeline, delivering the North American energy we all rely on every day. And our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game is the senior catcher, John Pilarski, behind the plate. First of all, John, I don't always get a lot of chance to see the Gobblers. Holy cow, is your arm behind the plate something to watch? How much, how much time have you put in to be able to, it's obviously not only just how hard you can throw, but the accuracy. Take us through what you've done to come to this point your senior year.
Honestly, not that much. I just been catching all my life, so it's kind of just been there.
Cool.
But about sophomore year, got big into like showcases with my buddies, so we'd put a lot of time in at the work with Coach Nathan Enstrom, and I would take probably like about 50 throws a night down to second, and that's probably where it all came from.
So for you, I mean, when you hear your guys, you hear them say going, what's going through your mind? Is it just so natural that it's like just throw a dart down there and you get one? You got one today. I'm sure you probably caught a few this year.
Well, I've only caught 2 games this year, and I've got 2, so.
Well, there you go.
I don't know. When I hear their words, they're kind of just words, but I catch it and just go. I don't know. Just kind of fly by the zipper of my pants.
You also had a good day at the plate. Reach base 4 times, get an RBI. Offensively, John, where do you think, what are the capabilities of this Gobblers team? Because it sure seems like you've got some guys that can contribute top to bottom.
We've had our struggles in the beginning of the year, but it seems like the more we go, the more we're figuring it out. And we're learning these new things at practice when we can have practice. And it's just getting us to that top level where we need to be for playoffs when we can hit. And I see it getting a lot better with a lot of big bats in the lineups producing runs.
Well, and what else is certainly not lost on me is that this team now has 6 wins, and you had just 8 all of last year. And I think there's a good chunk of guys that are back with experience. As one of the senior leaders, what were some of the things that you talked about coming into this season to kind of get the Gobblers back near the top?
We graduated 1 last year, and we all knew we had a young team last year, but we still caused some noise, and like we hung with good teams, but we knew we could do a lot better than that. So it kind of just took everybody to buy in and get to realize that, this may be the best team you'll ever play with. So play like your hair is on fire, That's what Coach Diddy always says. So go hard until we're done, until we can't play anymore.
Well, real good showing today, John. Congrats. A really fun game, fun one to watch. Congrats on a great one from your side, and we will hopefully see you down the road soon.
Thank you.
John Pilarski, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. We'll get these guys out. We'll have head coach Jeremy Jansen coming in next. A 10-4 win for the Gobblers on yourliveevent.com.
Paulbeck's County Market is easy. Create an account at shop.paulbecks.com, set up a pickup date and time, and add items to your digital cart. Fresh cut meats, fresh produce, fresh bakery and deli, organic products, personal care items, vitamins, over-the-counter medicines, and more. Choose a 15-minute time slot for pickup, park in our specially signed parking stalls, and we'll deliver the groceries to your vehicle. To begin, go to shop.paulbecks.com.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter wishes all the area teams the best of luck. Von Hansen's is more than the best selection of quality meats. Try their famous specialty pretzels. Von Hansen's in Baxter and at vonhansens.com. We bring you the best.
Hi, this is Matt from Guide Point Pharmacy in Aitkin. With the fall season comes flu season. You can walk in anytime at Guide Point Pharmacy for a no-cost vaccine to protect yourself and those around you. We also have all of your over-the-counter immune boosters, throat lozenges, and cough medicine. Give Guide Point Pharmacy a call at 218-670-7120, or you can find us 1 block north of the lights in Aitkin. Let's build better health together.
Tomorrow.
And we're back with you on your liveevent.com. And one more interview before we wrap things up today. And that, of course, is head coach Jeremy Jansen for the Gobblers, victorious today. I want to get it right from your standpoint, Coach. The struggle early to get the runs across, but boy, did they come through in the last 3 innings. What did you see as the turning point to get the Gobblers offense going?
Yeah, credit to their pitcher. Sam did a nice job battling through some tough ones early. First couple innings, he battled his way out, and we didn't get the key hit when we needed to situationally. A couple too many strikeouts looking in that first couple innings, and then we went to battle and put balls in play. When you put balls in play, good things happen. And our hitters, I thought, for the most part, from the second half of the game, got balls in play. Put the pressure on the defense, and then things started to roll for us. So, but they got some energy in the fifth, and said it's time to go, and it's upon them to do it, and they did it, and just pecked away. As Drew said, maybe 10 days ago we probably don't come back on that one, right? Just and now the gut punch wasn't that big, and they battled, and we're ready to go.
Well, one thing that I find interesting in these situations, and to get it from a coach's standpoint, is that with them scoring the 3 runs, did that almost, in now that things have maybe switched attitude-wise, did that almost more fire up your team rather than going the other direction?
Yeah, you think, you're going through the motions a little bit. I felt we were going through the motions, it'll happen when it happens. And then those 3 runs, to your point, are good runs to say, okay, you gotta go to work and put your nose to the grindstone here. And I thought they did a nice job. And Mille Lacs is a good team. They're going to make some noise here in their section. I think they're 5A.
They're 5A, yeah.
They're going to make some noise there. When Sam's on the mound, he's going to be tough to beat. And so did a nice job. And we worked counts and made him pitch. So, but he's a nice pitcher.
I asked John about this order, and being that it's the first time I've been able to see the Gobblers this year, 10 runs on 11 hits, contributions pretty much up and down the lineup. At this point, as you're kind of nearing the halfway mark of the season, how comfortable are you with the lineup, Jeremy? How do you feel about where you can place these guys and they can come through when they're called upon?
Yeah, we still have we got a lot of moving parts. We've had a lot of moving parts up to this point. Johnny said it. That's the second game he's caught. He's played left field.
Yeah,
we've had three other catchers before him moving around that have caught games, and so still moving parts, moving lineup. John's batted leadoff. He's batted fifth. He's back to second, and so there's just trying to find that right combination. I'm kind of a hunch guy, and so sometimes I do it on a hunch. Like I see a good Cage outing, and I think I'm gonna slide him up today, and but yeah, ultimately I think there's some moving parts. But when you get to the 2/3 of the way through, you start to set it into concrete, and so you start to try to mold it out, and you might have a guy in and out. But for the most part, when you get to that point, you're going to roll with what you have.
Let's talk about your pitchers today. Nolan starts really strong through the first 3 innings, and then their bats got to him a little bit. You bring in Brandon Coons, and he pretty much shuts him down towards the end. Take us through what you thought from those 2 guys today.
Yeah, Nolan didn't have his best stuff today. I mean, he battled through it a little bit and left some pitches up in that inning and got hit, and the couple hits they had before that on some pitches up, but he battled for us. So he would be the first to tell you he didn't have his best stuff today. And one thing I would say is his curveball was better today versus the last game he pitched against Marshall, I should say. And so he worked through that. I was really excited to see that. And then Coons, just a different. He's a big dude out there, and over the top. He separates late, and so he's tough to pick up, and so he's tough to read, and so we like to have that. He did a nice job for us. He's come in and pitched some relief innings, and we're going to rely on him down the stretch when we've got 4 games a week coming up here, for the next 3, and so it's fun to see. Him out there and doing a nice job. So
now we know the back end of the season can get pretty crazy for baseball, but a fun game to be a part of. And obviously, I said right from the start, I was really excited to see both of these teams for the first time this year. Really liked in parts of what I saw from both of them. So Jeremy, I think you look at you guys, especially because you guys have a much busier schedule going forward. Really excited to see what this Gobblers team can do.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for covering. It's always fun for fans back home able to listen and hear the games. So appreciate that.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see you sooner than later, okay?
Sounds good.
Jeremy Jansen, head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers after the 10-4 victory here at Mille Lacs. We'll let him get on his way, so we'll take one super short break. When we come back, we'll just take a look at the upcoming schedule, a couple of quick notes, and we'll wrap it up from Isle here on yourliveevent.com.
Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Neighborhood National Bank in Aitkin is comfortable and inviting, just like home. Neighborhood National Bank strives to make banking easier so you can focus on what's most important to you. Call 218-927-3716 or visit the website neighborhood.bank to learn more about the many products and services offered to fit all your financial needs. Neighborhood National Bank, supporting our Aitkin Gobblers, proudly with our friends and neighbors. Member FDIC.
Mike Miller Roofing. Roofing and siding, windows and doors, more than 25 years of service. Roofing done right. Call 218-831-1907.
If you're looking for a local neighborhood bank, check out all that Security State Bank can do for you. Whether you're looking for personal banking or business banking services, Security State Bank can assist. Visit them at any of their convenient locations in downtown Aitkin, Garrison, Grand Marais, or Paulbecks County Market. Learn more online at ssbmn.com. Since 1947, Security State Bank has been serving this community. Security State Bank, member FDIC.
More big news.
And we welcome you back here on yourliveevent.com. Final score, Aitkin with the 10-4 win over Mille Lacs. Again, the Gobblers go to 6-3 overall, 6-1 in the Great River Conference. Mille Lacs falls to 8-5 overall, 5-2. 5-2. In the GRC. Both back in action on Monday. The Gobblers at home against East Central. The Raiders on the road at Crosby Ironton. Thanks for joining us. I want to give a big thank you, of course, to both head coaches joining me pre and post game. The Gobblers players for joining me as well. Great to have them on. Fun day here in cloudy, cool Isle. But we are into May, and the baseball season is rolling along. Final score today, 10-4 Aitkin with the victory here on yourliveevent.com. You can check out rjbroadcasting.com for the upcoming broadcast schedule. You can view our spring sports guidebook, get all sorts of juicy tidbits on your favorite local teams. And, of course, you can listen to our radio stations 24/7 at rjbroadcasting.com. From Isle, the Aitkin Gobblers get the win 10-4 as we bid you a good night and a good weekend. I'm Devin Kruger. Thanks for joining us. Let's do this again.